Came in a little bit more mellow again this time. Welcome in, everybody.
Must have had his dry Cheerios.
I did. I had an extra dose. A couple more scoops.
What the heck?
I don't know, man. Who knows?
Dry Cheerios, man.
What is this, man? This is
Who
like
knows
deja vu stuff, man.
Hey, you like that?
Man.
Little mind bleep right there. Yes.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. That's my boy Rob, man. Them dry Cheerios, man. Every once in a while, he mixes it up with a little bit of those donuts.
Come on, Vogue. All right, welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. I don't know what's going on. We are Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis, all of you along for the stream, for the listenership, for the in the comment section. We see our friend Chris already checking in. What's up, Chris?
Welcome, Hawaii.
Hawaii in the house. Aloha, Chris. Aloha. So yeah, great to be with you today on this. It's clearing up here in our area, where our neck of the woods in our world, where it rained pretty heavy early. I was up early today, man, but it was raining pretty good early this morning, and ready to roll, baby. What's up, Mr. Taz? How you guys doing?
Mr. Taz, I've often asked myself that same question. I've known Rob over 20 years. Is he really human? I've asked that question.
There is no proof that I am, or I'm not confirming or denying. Either way, man.
Did you see that in Chile that they're passing laws for clone people and
what
aliens or aliens too? Yeah.
Are you serious,
man?
What
do you mean? What do you mean clone people? What are you talking about?
That clone. I mean, I'm just saying they passed a law. Just
you can or cannot
be legal
to
help them. It's illegal to not often give them work, and they have the same work rights as anybody else for clone people. And yeah, man.
What up, Leon?
Wait, are there clone people in Chile?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying they passed a law, man.
Well, I mean, they've already been able to clone animals,
right.
sheep. And sheep. Yeah, they've already been able to do that.
They've cloned your alter ego.
Oh no!
Are you the clone?
G-Gun is his alter ego.
D-Gun was cloned long before the word clone existed.
Oh man. See, there's a fine line, and I don't mean this about you, D-Gun, but there's a fine line between clone and clown. You got to be careful who you're cloning. That's all I'm saying. I don't mean you.
You see how he tried to backdoor and call me a clown. See what I mean?
Right.
This is my friend here. See what I mean?
Ever.
See?
I would never disrespect you that way.
See what I'm saying? Not in public, maybe, but
at
the dinner table when you have
at
the dinner table when he's having barbecue Cheerios and
I just threw down some leftover tacos from last night, so we'll see how this goes. Oof.
Wait, where'd you get the tacos?
I made them.
No, you didn't. There ain't no way you made tacos.
Well,
there's no way.
My taco making exists of I cook the meat, I throw the shells in the oven for 7 minutes, and then eat. They're bare bones, man.
Okay, what kind of meat? Is it ground beef or is it? Okay, so it's like Taco Bell tacos.
Yeah, it's Taco Bell tacos.
Okay, all right. That was your dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else with it?
The kids put cheese and stuff. I just like it. You know what I like it with? I don't like it necessarily with taco. I like taco sauce. I like it with hot sauce. I put hot sauce on my taco meat.
Wait. See, I'm a hot sauce person.
Gary,
I am shocked.
You're muted.
You're muted again, B. Brooks.
Hold on. You all right? No, now hold on. There we go. We're good.
I'm shocked you like hot sauce. I
do.
See, I love hot salsas and stuff like that. And I thought you, being as bland as you are, you probably put ketchup on your tacos.
No, I'm weird. Like I like hot wings, not like certified. I don't like it where I'm like I can't even like breathe, but I like it hot.
You like hot stuff?
Oh yeah, hot wings. I like buffalo wings done hot. I'm not as bland as you. I'm bland in some areas.
I'm shocked.
Rob, I've known you, Rob. We're going on 7-8 years now, and you have yet to veer off a little. The most I've seen you veer off is when we did that appearance down for it was actually for WIP. We did an appearance.
Yes.
And he had the little Kango hat on, pulled down.
I'll rock one of those tomorrow.
And and saying he had,
I agree with Mr. Taz here.
What's that?
Look, I agree with Mr. Taz here. Adds water to his tacos to drain the flavor. I agree. Mr. Taz must be a relative of yours or something.
No, he's not really. What's up? What's up, Fitness? It's a new one, right? Fitness Rebel 85.
Where you coming from, Fitness? Where you at?
Chris calls me a food enigma. She's correct.
I agree.
Hey,
100%.
See everybody. See you, Chris. See you, Mr. Taz. Lee Solo. We what my man Anthony.
Look at Dan's deals. Rob orders hot wings just for the salary.
That is an all-timer.
This is good. I like it. I love the material, man. Right on, man.
Just for the celery.
Let's go back to this hot sauce, because this goes against the grain of what we know about your limited palate.
Yeah. No, hold on. Rob, hold on a second. Now, D-Gun, you can't say anything, bro. Just because we don't get the carne asada and all that stuff that you get.
Oh yeah.
When I say his wife makes tacos, I mean these are real tacos. Yeah, I believe the real deal.
Yeah. See, my wife
get these from like Taco Bell. No. These are like authentic restaurant type of tacos. Right.
See, my wife is Mexican, and I've been married to her 4 decades, and I've been around her family for 4.5 decades. And I tell people all the time, when she and her family cook, it is a work of art when they cook. So everything is the homemade salsas, the refried beans, the Spanish rice, the flavors, and I can't give away any secrets. The flavors they put in them is unbelievable. So when I go to Mexican restaurants, for the most part, I'm disappointed because I'm not getting the same thing. Now, there are a few I've gone to across the country. One's in Phoenix where my brother takes me, and other places in California. But for the most part, I come away somewhat disappointed. I've even found one place here in Delaware, which is really good. But, when I traveled with my crews and stuff, they'd be like, oh, man, this meal is great. And I'd be like, it was okay. What do you mean it was
spoiled,
okay?
man. You're spoiled. Yeah.
Exactly.
I hear
I
hear you.
All right, she's from Philly. She lives in Exton. Okay.
Fitness Rebel. Used to work for the Birds.
What's up, Fitness? Yeah.
What's up, Fitness Rebel? She watches every day. Appreciate that. Appreciate all you guys. All you guys who hang out with us in the chat section, man. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us, and everybody watching on the stream, everybody listening. You guys are the best. We're keeping cranking, man. Where do you see what we're going to unleash come football season, man? Yeah, it is going to be unbelievable.
Hey, Fitness Rebel. I love football, but I do not miss driving to Lehigh every day. I do not miss that.
Derek, I will tell you, Barry, you can probably speak to this too, man. Before we really got good with like GPSs and Waze and all that,
right?
I suck with directions. I swear to you,
bro, me too.
I was on I had driven there like 5 times before, and I was still getting lost driving to Lehigh sometimes. I swear to God, man.
Well, when Derek
find exactly where we had to go for camp.
Really?
I swear to you, man.
See, Derek Boyko, who used to be the head of PR for the Eagles, he told me the first few years I drove up there, I always hit that traffic. What is it, 309?
Yeah.
And and I'd hit that traffic, and if I was running late, man, I'd be pushing it to get there on time. Then he told me a back way to go to bypass that. But I always had the option of staying in a hotel up in Lehigh like all the writers did.
Yeah.
I never wanted to do that. I wanted to come home, sleep in my own bed. So I would drive 93 miles. It would take me like an hour and 40 minutes to get there every day, an hour and 40 minutes back. So at one time I decided, I did that every day for years, Barrett. And so one time I said, I'm just going to stay. So I spent the night up there at a hotel, nice old,
I think I stayed in the same place.
Yeah, right downtown in Bethlehem.
Yep.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. So and I'm good friends with writers, but they do their own thing. And so I went out to eat by myself, had a nice steak dinner. But it's like when I go out, when I'm on the road, I like to sit across from somebody to converse.
Yeah, have a conversation. Yeah.
And then when I went to my room in the hotel, it was like crickets chirping the whole night. It was like boring. I said, I'm never doing this again. So I made the trek for 5-6 weeks every day.
Put it like this. Me and D gone for the Super Bowl. We drove up. That was an adventure in itself. Man.
He wouldn't let me drive, Rob. He wouldn't let me get behind the wheel.
No. So I drive,
You took the whole way, man?
He drove the whole way. I kept saying, dude, let me drive. It was an Escalade.
Jeez.
I said, let me drive, dude. He goes, no. And then we stop at these rest areas in different states and we do a stick. We do a stick for, for the TV show and stuff. But you wouldn't let me get behind the wheel, man. My driving record speaks for itself.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon, Mom.
Hi, Mr. Brooks.
I just got her ticket. She's coming up on Sunday. She's staying for a week. So.
Oh, good. Nice.
Good. Yeah, maybe we can get on air so we can talk to her. I got some questions.
We do. We need a guest host, Mrs. Brooks. We'll get all the dirt, man. We'll get all the childhood dirt.
Yeah. Oh man. I wasn't a bad kid. I wasn't one of those disobedient kids. Like if I would do stuff, and then once I was told not to do it, I wouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But I go find some new stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't repeat the same mistake.
Right,
you don't strike me as being would have been a bad kid at all.
But didn't you spend the night in jail?
Yeah, well, almost.
Yeah,
but you didn't do anything. Wasn't it profiling?
No, he says he didn't do anything.
I didn't, man. I didn't.
That was you were walking a basketball or something, right?
One time, no. This time I was actually we stayed in the back of this. It's like a water treatment plant in the back of our house. It was back deep off into the woods, and I had a BB gun. My parents bought me a BB gun.
Oh man!
And
why in the world would they give you a BB gun?
Right, because it was a backyard. You know, you shoot. I was shooting animals.
It was wide open. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it was just me going out there
shooting animals. Let me.
Okay. I mean, if I could, I didn't.
Cilio's ripping me now, right? Fruity Pebbles and Frankenberry.
Wait a minute, Dan Cilio, what? I can't eat Fruity Pebbles and Frankenberry.
Dan, Sills, here's what we need to do. Get you on the plain Cheerio diet. No milk, man. Come over to the light side.
Man, Cilio's goofy as you are, man.
I love it. He's my brother.
Right.
What is there possibly in Fruity Pebbles and Frankenberry that could upset your stomach?
I didn't even know they still make Frankenberry, man. They still make that stuff.
Yeah. It's all sugar, man.
That stuff is all sugar.
Chocolate. What's it? Chocolate.
Count Chocolate.
Yeah. Blueberry.
All right, so we'll go back to what you were saying.
What the heck?
Yeah. Okay. So this water plant is probably about a quarter of a mile, back into the woods, and it was just this old guy. He used to sit back there. He was like the manager of the plant. He would just sit there and he'd take a nap. Right next to the plant in his chair, and I lined up one time and I shot him, pow, but he didn't see where I was. So it became a thing for like a whole entire week. I go one day, I go up there and pow, I run off.
Messing with the guy, yeah.
So one time, I guess he called the police, and they waited, and they caught me on the right day, and I went to go shoot him. It's just as I was about to shoot him, the police grabbed my arm. I'm like, oh, my mom called me, and I got in so much trouble, bro. Man. It was pretty bad.
I did stupid things that boys do, but hey, I was afraid of my mom and dad. And my mom and
dad. Me too. I was still afraid now, but I didn't think I was going to get caught.
My mom and dad, very loving people. They grew up in the South, old traditions, like you say yes and no. You didn't say yeah. These kids today, yeah. Yes, no, thank you.
Yeah, right.
No, you didn't do that then. Matter of fact, when I would go to my grandparents' farm in Tennessee to spend the summers, most people had well water, and they didn't have like just running faucet. Well, they had running faucet, but you got it from wells.
Yeah.
You were not allowed to go even to a relative's house and ask for a drink of water. Now, if they offered it to you,
right,
because some people's wells weren't as clean as others. You know what I mean? It's like
right.
And so you would get disciplined if you even asked for a drink of water if you went to a relative's house.
Huh.
Right.
So hey man, back then
wasn't no plan, no disrespecting your parents.
No. Disrespect.
Right.
I wouldn't have got the whole word disrespect out of my mouth before my lips would have been flying across the room. You think I'm joking, man? Hey, man, my mom and dad didn't play that mess, man.
I would have been tanned in 2 seconds.
Right. But look, man, I mean, that's just what I think the most embarrassing thing that was ever done to me in my life, man, my mom did to me, bro. I had caught the chicken pox.
Right.
And when you put the calamine lotion on you, the chicken pox. So all the kids were outside. And she set me in front of the door with all this calamine lotion on. I was just in my underwear. And all the kids was running by.
Wow.
I'm still scarred from that.
That's bad.
I'm still scarred from that.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Brooks says, ask him about the ninja days. What about the ninja days?
She always bring up old stuff. See?
All the dirt.
What?
I was dressed up in a ninja suit, and that's when I was shooting the dude.
You had a ninja suit on when you were shooting messing with that guy?
Like I literally waited. I was like
in the world?
I was 7 or 8 years old. I literally waited like 6 months for this ninja suit to come in. You know what I'm saying? I saved so much money to get this ninja suit. I even had the ninja shoes, you know what I'm saying? Everything.
My God. I need pictures. Mrs. Brooks, we need pictures. All right.
Hey, what's this dude, Brett Azana? I know why Brooks drove to the Super Bowl because D-Gun drive an old man. What? No, bro. No. D-Gun put the pedal to the metal when I'm behind the wheel.
Oh, man.
No, bro. You don't know D-Gun like I know D-Gun.
Wow.
D-Gun puts the speed. That's my wife. My wife's always saying, would you please slow down? Would you please slow down? Hey, D-Gun put the pedal to the metal. Brad Brooks was just hogging the wheel because we had an Escalade. He didn't want. I hate being a passenger in the car. Man, it drove me nuts. 18 hours driving with this dude. He's behind the wheel.
Oh, I had to do it though, man. I had to do it though. But look. He called me. Look,
Kung Fu Panda.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's true.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, man, man. Okay. That was pretty hurtful, man. I was like, I can't believe
that's tough.
I'm sitting out there, and I'm just sitting there like that. Every single kid in the neighborhood came out, was looking at me, pointing at me,
Did you do the oatmeal bath? I had chicken pox.
All that too, man. All that, bro.
Yeah, I had to do all that mess, man. And then what is it? Calamine lotion.
Yeah, that crap all over you.
Put on all of that white cream lotion you put on and stop for midterm.
All this white cream lotion,
and you're like you can't scratch.
Right.
You're itchy all day. I think at one point my mom put like
gloves.
So I wouldn't scratch. Oh,
yes, but I scratched anyway. I still have scars from when I had chicken pox as a kid because they become water blisters.
Yep.
And you couldn't take it anymore, man. I'd be popping them blisters left and right, dude.
Well, you go and say, you do that, you're gonna scar yourself. You're like, then you're like, all
right.
Am I supposed to? I'm like rolling. I was like a dog. I'm like rubbing up against couches and stuff.
Yes, man.
But it was not.
Those were the days, man. It was nothing like growing up, man. I really and truly have fun growing up. These kids don't have fun. They're sitting and playing these damn games.
I did too, man.
But I had it. You know how you could like? I would just assume take a whooping if I stay inside.
Oh,
don't make me stay inside.
You know, you're torture.
It was punishment. You'd be out in the alley. We had houses, where we had an alley between houses.
Yes.
And that's where you played all the ball, man. We played kickball, Somebody had a basketball hoop up. There was a big old lot, that was, you could tell it was full of broken glass and stuff. But in the winter, as soon as we got a main snow, we knew where all like the pieces of bricks were in the field. And we play tackle football in a foot and a half, 2 feet of snow, man. And you're thinking, how did somebody not land face first into one of these bricks? It's unbelievable, man.
It was the best. And the word, if you miss something, man, it would kill you. Like, dude, we had the best game. You're like,
we didn't even want to go in. We didn't even want to go in to eat.
Right.
The worst would be if we had to go over like a relative's house and
my goodness,
we're going over your aunt's. I'm like, no, there's a big game. I got a game with the guys.
Yeah.
No, we're going. I'm like, no. We're not. Yes, you are. I'm like,
now you tell this kid.
And I would sit there miserable the whole time at my aunt's house.
I'm like,
you love hanging out with your cousins, but it's like, can we go now?
Right.
Yes.
I had to have it, man. There was nothing like because I just go ahead and give me the whooping. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll last for a little bit, and then you're done.
Yeah,
and then I can go back outside, man. I'd rather just don't make me stay in the house.
It's the great line in Goodfellas. Everybody's going to take a beating once in a while.
Right.
If it's worth the fun, you take the beating, man. It's sometimes that's how it goes.
Going against the grain, though. So one thing that we love to do as a kids is a few neighbors would always have these big, beautiful either cherry trees or apple trees. And we climb up on the cinder block, trash cans, they'd have on the back, and we'd be picking apples for free and stuff. And you'd have other guys on the lookout, make sure nobody was coming.
Right.
And you better hope your parents didn't find out you were in somebody else's yard picking apples.
Man. And all our neighbors, dog, could tear me up too, bro. You know what I'm saying? All of them, man.
Everybody had profession.
The mom said, right. Yeah, the ones that were laughing too hard, they did get a licking, bro. They took full advantage of it, right? They took full advantage. They were
do it then because it's coming later. Yeah. You better laugh because he's gonna be healed up soon.
Right.
Yeah.
When we would get spankings, I don't know how this happened, but whenever you get a spanking, the boys would always know who was going to get a spanking. And all your houses had bedrooms that were ground level, and you had like little walkways in between each house. So your boys be standing at the windows listening,
right?
And you be screaming, "Oh, Mom, I won't do it again. I promise I won't do it."
I know you won't.
And then when you go outside, your boys be laughing at you. We heard you go, "I'm so sorry," and you be made fun of for about a half hour. Then you go back to playing ball again.
Right.
Oh
man.
My God,
I enjoyed it, man. Like I said, I enjoyed growing up, man. I don't understand how these kids just sit there, man. How can you sit here? Like my grandson, my grandson's up here now. I have to make him put the phone down. I give him set time in which he can go and play the game.
Yep.
That video game. I give him set times because if I don't, he'll be in here all day. He'll be disappeared all day
I hear you.
What
man.
up? What up? What up?
Hey, Joey B.
You tell your kids go outside and play. Why?
Oh, I got to give you guys an
Wow.
update. So my daughter passed her driver's exam.
Yeah,
Congrats,
baby.
bro. 7 this morning. You've been up for a while.
7 a.m.
Yeah, baby.
She passed, man. We worked on we last night. We got some parallel parking in, and I think it paid off. So we got through. We got another driver.
Now you got another driver.
Another thing to worry about.
More auto insurance.
The insurance is going to be skyrocketing.
Man, let me tell you something, man.
Yep.
Auto insurance ain't no joke.
Yep. Great.
So
yes.
My son, my 24-year-old, his car, he blew the motor in. He got it like 3 months ago. I told you guys, blew the motor. So I bought him a motor like a week and a half ago, and the guy he hasn't called me so he can put it in yet. So I'm waiting on that. So in the meanwhile, he's been driving my pickup truck. So he's driving my pickup truck every day. So I come home last night from the game, and I look at my pickup trucks in the drive. I'm like, why is my pickup truck here? First thing I do, I call him. Yo, bro, what's wrong with my pickup truck? I know you did something wrong. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with the pickup truck. I said, why would you take the van in? I don't get paid till Friday.
He's out of
gas. No more gas in the pickup. Oh my goodness! So he took the company van. He's driving the company van because there's gas in it.
Okay.
I was thinking to myself, I was just about to drive my truck to work. No, because then I had to put gas in it, and then I'm driving. I come back and he'll have my truck going with gas in the truck.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The gas I just put in because I just put the company gas in the company van day before yesterday because he drove all the gas out of it then.
Yep.
Our kids today wonderful.
Well,
and I mean your grown kids.
Yeah, ain't worth 2 dead flies, bro.
I mean, here's the simple thing. If I did that, I didn't have a car.
Right, me neither.
I had my license, but I could borrow my parents' car every once in a while. If I drove it back and left it in the driveway on E, I wouldn't be able to drive it anymore. Like it would be that simple.
Wow.
Exactly.
I mean, it really, I don't know. It's crazy, but it's different.
And my dad finally gave me a nice used car out of necessity, but I'm looking back now. I bought all 3 of my kids brand new cars, and I'm thinking, what was I thinking?
Right.
Why? And you know why? It's the mother's fault because the mother kept telling me, if you buy your girls a used car, do you really want to worry every day or every night about the car breaking down somewhere? And they put that Jedi mind trick on you, man. It's like, I can't have my girl in today's world. I can't have my girl stuck on the side of the road. And even my son, I can't have him stuck on the side of a road.
Wow.
And so
I agree with you. I get where she's coming from.
But I bought 3 new cars, man. And I'm thinking, I was happy to get a car with 4 wheels,
bro. I got a car for my grandfather. My grandfather gave me, it was a Cougar. It was a yellow, like a puke yellow Cougar. And I tried to put rims on it and everything, it just But yeah, that was my first car. Then I got a Deuce and a Quarter. And then after that, I went to college and I had a Honda Elite scooter in college. And that was the extent of my cars and transportation till 2 months before I got drafted. I went out and bought a Chevy Blazer.
Nice.
But the little one, a Chevy Blazer. So it was nice. It was nice. I remember I had 17-inch rims. You couldn't tell me the 17-inch rim, big box in the back with all this bass in it.
Oh yeah. I love it, man. I love it. All right. So today, guys, we're going to hit a couple different things. One, we didn't get to it yesterday. We had so much going on. The top 5 most improved NFL teams. We'll dispel or agree. We'll dive into that, tell you where the Eagles rank, if they are, in fact, on the list. We'll dive into the question, which Eagles rookie will have the biggest impact this year? In addition to that, your favorite current running back. And we are going to...
Wait, I thought we were going to do like top 5.
Yeah, 5. Let's do 5.
Take 5 running backs. Right.
And then we're going to do our division winners. We are going to actually lay out the order in which each division is, how it's going to play out from first to last, which is tough in some cases, man. It's really tough. We'll talk some Phillies. Aaron Nola gets just screwed, basically, and the team loses last night. We'll get into that as well. Some questionable feeling and a lot of strikeouts for the Phillies, and Schwarber continues to just crush. So we'll do that. Jimmy Butler dives into an Instagram exchange with PJ Tucker. Oh, before we go to a break, I want to show you guys this. So Tyrese Maxey is right there in the top 5 of my favorite Philadelphia athletes. Maybe athletes period. I love the guy. Love him. Works hard. Great teammate. listens, can take criticism, and is just getting better and better and better. There's nothing not to like about Tyrese Maxey. Love the guy. So I'll give you a little bit of a setup. So there's a kid, and this kid you're about to see. So here's the reaction. So James Wagner, this is the tweet. Told my 8-year-old son that there's a rumor the Sixers may trade for Kevin Durant. Okay. He was excited. Then I told him that would have to include Tyrese Maxey in the trade. So here's how the little man reacted to that.
So you would rather than not trade for Durant if they had to trade Maxey? You don't want Maxey to leave? Well, it didn't happen yet. It's just a proposal. So you'd say no Kevin Durant? Keep Maxey? Would you be sad if Maxey leaves Philadelphia?
I would watch only Maxey.
So you would rather than
all right, so we got the gist. So then Tyrese Maxey gets wind of this, and he's going to get the little man a jersey. He's going to take care of it. He saw that. Somebody alerted him to it.
That's stardom right there. That's
See,
a star in the making, man.
You just became an icon in the city of Philadelphia.
Yes,
man.
most cool.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
I really love Tyrese Maxey for what he did on the court this past season and in playoffs. But when you do stuff like that, you only enhance your legacy. What is this?
It looks like Rob
with the Phillies. It's true. That is so true. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate it. It's so true. Which means we got to deal with crybaby Rob when we get to the Philly segment today, because they didn't. Aaron Nola got.
Who's going to buy me a jersey if I start crying during the Philly segment?
Here's what I do for you. I'll buy you a box of Cheerios. Cheerios. What I do for you,
and it's worth it. No, I'm with you, Derek. I didn't need anything else to convince me that Tyrese Maxey's the man. I love the guy. Love him.
Well, he's gotten better, man. So he's a gym rat. He's gonna get better. Yeah. I couldn't believe he averaged 20 points a game, and there was times where he kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
So imagine when he becomes that potent player, man. I mean, this team, more and more, look at this team is looking better and better, man. I had those lofty expectations already, even without them going out and doing the necessary star hunting. I still have these lofty expectations for him, man. I mean, higher than I would say in the past 3 years. Jimmy, this is post Jimmy Butler.
Right.
This the highest experience I've had since post Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I mean, look, he the leap that he took from year 2 to year 1 to 2, I can't even imagine what this year is going to look like. I think he's going to become even a better shooter from the outside. I think he's going to be a better defender. You work as hard as he works with the talent that he has. Exactly. That's a deadly combo, man. Yeah. That is deadly, and he gets it. He just gets it.
Yep.
Tyrese Maxey.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so we'll come back. You all right, Connor? What's going on?
So we got this project going on here. My wife has been on my case forever about redoing the patio deck. Okay.
Right.
Yep. So you guys can relate to this because I'm sure you've gone through similar things. So to get to the process of finalizing the deal, you got to go through, do you want to do track? Do you want to do all wood? It's all wood right now. Do you want to do all wood again? Do you want to add pergola? Do you want to add awnings? You want to do this? You want to do that? So we finally get it narrowed down. I told my wife, I said, look, we got to cut this out right now. We can add this later. We can do this. So I tell all these crews whenever they come to my house, look, I do this show. I have a show I do from my room between certain hours. You can't call me. You can't get to me. So they tell me now, the crew tells me, our guys will be here between 1 and 2 to start tearing out the deck, which means the dogs will be howling.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason I finally decided to do this deck last week. Now, my deck is 9 feet wide, 30 feet long. Okay. So last week, and we got one of those propane fire pits, rectangle shaped fire pits on the deck. So there was about 8 of us out there. And my son-in-law, Josh, the antagonist, was there. And, I got 5 grills, so it's not as much space as it could be.
Right.
So Josh tells my wife, Trish, hey, it's nice to come to your house and sit on the deck where we have to sit single file. And I'm like, geez. So with that said, I expedited. What I did, one of Josh's former classmates that went to high school together has his own business. So he's cut me a good deal. Still cost me a pretty penny, but he cut me a good deal. And so his crew's coming out today to start doing it. And so they're coming out between 1 and 2. I told her, can you come out after 3? No, they're coming out between 1 and 2. Oh. So, I mean, I understand they got a lot of jobs out there. It's amazing. Nobody's working, but people still getting home renovations, pools, patio decks and stuff. and he's got more work. So he's squeezing me in to get this done within 7 to 10 days. So for the next 7 to 10 days, you guys might hear a lot of dogs howling, cutting and stuff. So if you hear me go, a few times,
gotcha.
It's because, but
it's all right. That's life, man.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
So the thing is, the deck was 9 by 30. The new deck will now be 17 feet wide, 30 feet long.
Damn. Okay.
More
room for more grills.
Rich people problems. That sounds like
okay, rich. Yeah, but see, now I told my wife, I said, we can't get the pergola now. You got to wait for that. We can't get the awning now. You got to wait for that. We may get it later this fall, or we might get it next spring, depending on how many jobs D-Gun has at that time. So,
damn that Trish gets what she wants.
Oh, yeah, really? Then you pay Trish's bills.
Oh my God!
Because Trish put me in a poorhouse.
Look, she said we were at the what do you call it, the party. She turned around and said, yeah, since I'm the major breadwinner now.
Yeah, right.
Which by the way, she loves telling that lie, which is far from the truth. I told her, I said, hon, I work part-time and I still make 3 times what you make. Okay, just keep that in mind. And she looks at me and goes, that's not funny. Well, you brought it up. I didn't.
Wow.
You're the one brought it up.
Man, it got serious all of a sudden.
Mr. Taz, you're right. Track is easier, but also track is more expensive. So we eliminated track real quick from the equation. Plus, I found out the track gets a lot harder when you walk on it.
It does.
So you have to put like those outdoor mats and stuff. That's more cost. So not only this, I got to buy a new fire pit because the old fire pit is not going to look good on the new deck.
Man,
I mean, seriously.
First world problems, Gunner.
And we got to add more patio furniture because the deck is bigger.
Got to get you another job, D-Gun. We got to make that happen, right?
I'm working on it, bro. I'm working on it.
I hear you. All right. So here's what we're doing. We come back. We're going to dive into the most improved, and we'll debate that, whether or not that's the case, and what rookie will have the biggest impact on the Eagles this season. We will do all of that when we get back. D-Gun, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis, we're Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Hit the like button, tell a friend. All right, and speaking of friends, when it comes to finances, man, you can't mess around. You work too hard. As Derek Gunn just said, you work too hard not to get it right, not to invest the right way, not to take care of your family, for the long haul with the right people. And I got the right person, and it's Jim Murray from Principal Financial Group. Whether it's retirement planning, 401k review, insurance review, if you have a small business and you're trying to set up your employee benefits, that's yet another resource that he can help you with. For me, I left when I left several places, I had 401ks and I wasn't really sure what to do. He explained to me about rollovers. I rolled them over into an IRA, talked to me about what is a good investment, what direction to go with this, how to set things up going forward. And I couldn't be happier. You can too. Give him a call, 610-996-4751, 610-996-4751, or you can email him at Murray, murray.jim@principal.com.
News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust. All together, the stories that impact your community, a sports roundup for the locals, and the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go for the pulls and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. D. Gunn, B. Brooks, R. Ellis on this Thursday. All right, guys, let's turn our sights to a little football here as we are now 19 days away from training camp kicking off. I thought this was interesting. CBS Sports put out a top 5 list of the most improved NFL teams, okay? So the way that they ranked it, 5 was the Bengals, 4 was the Steelers, 3 was the Jets, 2 was the Chargers, and number 1 was the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of improvement from last year to this year on paper, obviously. But I thought it was a pretty interesting 5. And when I started, really kind of digging through some of these teams, there's one I really don't get. There's one I really don't get, one I disagree a little bit with, and the other 3 I can see. Okay, if that makes sense. So I guess I'll start. The team I don't agree with at all. I don't see what big move the Steelers made. I mean, they Mitch Trubisky. I know it was over with Ben last year, but they get Mitch Trubisky, they draft Pickett, okay, and they get George Pickens, the receiver, in the second round out of Georgia, who's got a lot of talent, but it was banged up in college. Other than that, the moves aren't anything that notable to me. And
no.
I don't know how they get you 4th overall.
They're suspected quarterback.
Big time.
Yep.
Some of the experts feel Trubisky in the Steelers system is going to make him a much better quarterback. And I don't know how. I really don't see it. But in terms of additions, there's nothing that really jumps out at you. Now, Pickens is a good receiver, but he's got to prove himself at this level, first of all. Kenny Pickett is not going to start right away. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't see how the Steelers, because there's 4 other teams that didn't make the list you just mentioned that I think made significant improvements more so than the Steelers did.
Yeah.
So I don't get where they're coming from in that one.
Barrett, how about you? I mean, you obviously keep a close eye on the team. You played there. You won a Super Bowl there. But are you buying they're a top 4 improved team?
I don't see it. I mean, I guess you could look at Miles Jack coming over from Jacksonville. Really helped their defense. And defensive, he's a defensive, linebacker. So of course, him rushing the opposite of T.J. Watt is definitely going to help them out a lot. They did get Jannard Avery. He fits their scheme. He didn't do anything for us.
He's a role player.
Right. And then they got DeMarvin Leal in the 3rd round. Now, DeMarvin, I liked him, from Texas A&M, versatile guy. He kind of, he fits that Aaron Smith type of mold as far as a guy that's very versatile, can play inside, outside. And with that 3-4 system that they run, he could really help them out a lot. But other than that, I don't see any real moves that, they can really be great at. There's nothing that really turns me in the direction that this team has really improved themselves. Mitchell Trubisky is just a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He may have been
exactly.
something. He may have been something special when he was in Buffalo, but I don't see him being anything now. Kenny Pickett is probably the third team quarterback right now in back of Mason Rudolph. You know, as far as the receivers, yes, you guys said George Pickens. You know, I mean, he's a nice addition to Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson. You know,
I don't hate the pick. It's just I just don't think there's enough there to justify this.
The line still sucks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They got beat up last year. Now you're gonna have a quarterback in Trubisky, who you know how he throws when he's
under duress. Yeah,
he's just a bad quarterback then. So you're right. That's a team that I can't see getting any better than what they were. You know what I'm saying? They lost their starting center from last year. I mean, I just don't see them really improving from what they were the years prior. So I mean, no. I mean, I think they've gotten bad. They've gotten worse. You know, so I mean, they're going to be able to run the ball. That's the only thing they can do with Najee.
They will. I agree there.
He's a beast, you know. But other than that,
but they had that. You know what I mean? Like that's not an improvement on what they had.
Right.
So Steelers were the ones that really jumped out at me. I would say the other one that I don't quite see it with the Bengals. Like they got La'el Collins, which look, you got to do anything you can to protect Burrow.
Well,
I agree with that. But
Collins and Alex Capita from Tampa Bay. That he's a really good guard, man. A really good guard from Tampa Bay.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
So they drew the offensive line. They had everything else they needed: defense, receivers, running backs. But when Rob presented the list and said most improved, I'm thinking of significant, major move. Now, obviously for Cincinnati, considering how many times Joe Burrow got hit, because that dude, he must have been on rubber legs street half the season.
Yeah,
right.
With the volume of times he got hit. Okay, that's the significant improvement. But again, I go back to my initial statement. You know, and I agree with Rob 100%. When it comes to the Steelers and the Bengals, I'm looking at them going, that's it. You know, Bengals got, they got the safety out of Michigan, Daxton Hill, but okay.
Yeah, they get the corner out of Nebraska, Kendall Britt. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't even know if these guys are going to start.
Right. Right. I mean, and when I look at everything else, that to me it looks the same. I mean, they'll get better as far as those guys playing together more.
Yeah, but
that's about it. You know, I don't see anything as far as a big improvement. I mean, even the guys they drafted, free agent Kwame Lassiter II.
Yeah.
Kwame Lassiter, his pops was a good player. You know,
he was
a safety. He passed away.
Yeah.
But you know, he University of Kansas. You know, kind of a good player. You know, I like him. I did a Kansas game last year. I think he'll be a needed addition, but they didn't really need him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got the best trifecta of receivers in the NFL. You know, with Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins.
Nasty.
Right.
It's pretty hard trying to build upon that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right, man. It's they still got the same running game, which is pretty good with Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine.
Right.
So they'll be the same there, but I don't see anything else that really gives them a blaring review. Besides Cam Taylor-Britt.
Yeah. Who I think could step in and play for them for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's the two I didn't necessarily agree. The other three I totally get. Like
I get it. Yep.
To me, a lot of this for the Jets is about the draft. I thought the Jets killed the draft.
They did.
Sauce Gardner. This is just the first. Boom, boom, boom. Here's their first three: Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson. I mean, you're helping yourself in the defensive backfield, at receiver, and your defensive line with guys who I think will start right away for you.
Absolutely.
Right away. Yep.
Big. I mean, Joe Douglas had a really good draft, man.
Huge.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, Jermaine Johnson left Georgia, went to Florida State, and was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
In one season.
Mm-hmm.
And he was considered by a lot of people the best, D lineman on the board.
People were shocked he fell that far.
Exactly.
They were able to get him with their first round pick.
And the other two could be immediate impact players for him. And then you look at some of the other additions. I mean, people may snicker, but I think picking up Nate Herbig off of waivers is going to be huge for that offensive line.
Absolutely.
Under the radar move.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
They signed cornerback DJ Reed. They signed safety Jordan Whitehead. Then they picked up guard Laken Tomlinson, tight end CJ Uzama.
Uzama's a good move.
Yes, he was.
Uzama's a great move.
He's going to help Wilson big time.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
time.
they picked up running back Tevin Coleman.
Yep.
And then, of course, people don't talk about this, but in the second round, they got the running back Bryce Hall. A lot of people thought he was the best running back in the draft.
Bryce Hall is a beast from Iowa State.
Yes.
I mean, he's a bell cow back. He'll tote that rock for him, you know. So I can see him. He might be going up. He might be playing in front of Coleman and P. Ryan.
I'll tell you, if Wilson can play a little bit, they're not going to be a doormat. You know, don't think you're just going to roll the Jets over again this year.
You will, because there's quarterbacks.
I was just going to say, but I don't trust Wilson. I got to see it from him, man, to believe it. I don't see it, but you know, I think they really did. Other than the quarterback, which is we could say that with every team, they did a good job improving.
Yes,
I thought
they
this
did.
past year.
He did a great job of bringing guys in and slip. I mean, I think Nate Herbig is going to start. If anybody goes out, he'll start it.
And he can play in so many different positions. The guy's versatile too.
Yep. All three inside positions.
But so, yeah, I mean, we don't usually say this, but really good offseason by the Jets. It's rare that you say that.
I know.
It's true. All right. So that's the Jets. Then we go to number 2, the Chargers. Again, a team that already had a pretty good foundation from last year. So they add Khalil Mack to go the opposite of Bosa. Okay.
Yep.
They add J.C. Jackson, the corner from the Patriots.
That's
you
right.
know he's well trained, right, and knows going to recognize everything he's seeing. Sebastian Joseph Day, defensive tackle, who's a little under the radar, I think. And then Troy Reeder,
Rams.
Yeah, and Troy Reeder's a real solid linebacker who comes over from the Rams.
And they picked up tight end Gerard and everything.
That's right.
They also picked up offensive guard Zion Johnson, to shore up their offensive line. So I thought the Chargers addressed a lot of their needs, and they're already a good team. Now, whether their record is indicative of how good of a team is going to be remains to be seen, because that is the new black and blue division in the NFL.
That's a nasty.
You know what I'm saying? 10-7 might win that division.
Yeah.
And they were able to sign back their free agent guy like Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, right?
That's
absolutely.
That's huge, because I thought he was gone, and they already had some guys that could burn it up. Guyton is a 4'3", 4'2" guy who can pick him up and put him down. And of course they got the old man. Keenan Allen is still one of the clutch receivers. You know what I'm saying, in the league.
Yeah.
So
and they did a good job last year. They got Asante Samuel Jr. Right?
Yeah,
they did a nice job.
Yeah,
Asante, he's really good. And then you got your boy Rashad Slater from Northwestern.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Pro Bowler his first year.
Big boy can play. Big boy can play.
Pro Bowl his first year. So I mean, they are definitely improved. They improved themselves where they needed to. Cornerback position and rusher. I mean, they're good. I already like the linebackers. So Kenneth Murray Jr. was my guy. I wanted him so bad.
They let Kaiser White walk. I mean, they
because
felt like
of him,
that kind of depth. Yeah,
because of him. Because of Murray played so well. Yeah. They let him just go. So
I got to see about their coach, guys. I like some of the things that he did last year, but he is very analytically driven to the point of my chart's telling me this, I'm doing it. He gets maybe what his gut's telling him in a game sometimes.
Yep.
And I just have to, and it was his first year, so I need to see what this looks like from him this year before I go all in with them.
Yeah, he's almost too analytical with the analytics. That could hurt him a little bit, but you gotta have feel, man. Everybody in that division, goes by feel. You got Big Red. I mean, I don't know how you can compete, with these upper echelon teams with this division.
Yeah.
If you don't have that feel, they got a feel with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Kansas City has a feel.
Yep.
We'll see what's going to go on with Denver. I'm surprised Denver didn't make the list.
You add Russell Wilson and you don't crack 5, man.
Right.
I guess because there wasn't a lot of other splashy moves, but that quarterback, man, like that's a huge thing for a team that's already got a pretty good defense too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you, Barrett. Like I'd probably bump Cincy or Pittsburgh, and just sheerly on Wilson.
Just on Wilson alone, you would have to.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting.
Well, I would bump Pittsburgh and Cincinnati based on 4 other teams that I did some research on.
Who do you like, Gunner? Yeah,
okay,
go ahead.
Look at the Raiders. First, you got Josh McDaniels, and say what you want to say about him. I think Josh McDaniels is one of the better offensive minds in the game. Mm-hmm. Well, you know who his quarterback is. He did go out and get Devontae Adams. They got Chandler Jones, and then they got Rock Ya-Sin as well to help out. So they helped out their wide receiver, the defense, and the cornerbacks. Then I look at Jacksonville. Look at what Jacksonville did. They go out and get Brandon Scherf, cornerback Darius Williams, tight end Evan Ingram when he's healthy. He never plays a full season, but when he's healthy. They drafted linebacker Devin Lloyd, and you got Doug Peterson as head coach. And, oh, by the way, Christian Kirk, who was the number 3 receiver in Arizona, now moves up to possibly your number 1 receiver there. Trent Baalke, their GM, this offseason in free agency alone, gave out $148 million guaranteed money. 140.
Well, think about it too, Derek. They get Travis Etienne back.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yep. Who missed the whole year. Yeah. And you have to assume Lawrence in his second year under Doug, away from that mess of Urban Meyer.
Oh my goodness,
is going to take a big step forward here.
Yes,
huge step, huge step. So I mean, you're right, man. If you team that should have made the list, who probably threw around just as much money as Jacksonville, is Miami. How did you not put Miami in there?
Oh yeah, that was my next team.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyreek Hill. They got offensive tackle Teron Armstead, offensive guard Connor Williams. So they've already improved their offensive line.
Yep.
They go out and get Cedric Wilson from Dallas.
Yep.
Teddy Bridgewater's your backup. Running back Chase Edmonds. And then in the 3rd round, keep this kid's name in mind. They got this linebacker from Georgia, Channing Tyndale. Yep. Keep that in mind. So Miami did a great job. Now, my 4th team, it comes down to just 2 players, but those are going to be 2 significant players. Denver, Russell Wilson, Randy Gregory.
Yeah.
I think just those 2 alone were better than what Pittsburgh and Cincinnati did combined.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed. When you think about you're talking about the arguably quarterback, certainly number 1, but arguably either defensive end or left tackle or corner as the next most important position on the football field.
Yes.
And to add Gregory, who's a legit although he sometimes gets in his own way with off the field, but the guy's a legit pass rusher when he's got his head screwed on straight, for sure. Yeah, I like it. Number 1 was the Eagles. I mean, that's and for the reasons which most of the people know. I mean, you're talking about a team that from a draft perspective, I thought nailed it. Really with impactful guys who are going to get on the field and help them a lot. But also you add AJ Brown. I mean, a Pro Bowler to go with Devontae Smith. It's huge. So
can I give you one more team?
Yeah.
That should have made the list?
Yeah.
New Orleans.
New Orleans
made that list.
Yeah.
You get Chris Olave and Trevor Penning in the 1st round.
Yeah.
So now you have, your starting wide out, you got your starting left tackle, but then you go out in free agency and go out and get Jarvis Landry.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Which is huge. I mean, huge. Just from that aspect alone. But then you go out, you sign guys that can come in and play, like Andy Dalton's there. I mean, that's a good backup quarterback.
Well, I don't love Jameis Winston, but he's healthy now. It's better. Better than Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian.
Exactly. So
the way that ended.
To me, that's better than what the Steelers did. And anyway, so I don't know why they didn't make the list. So I mean, there's some teams that did some great stuff. I don't know how CBS made this list or what were the dynamics?
I think it was just I think it was a combo draft, free agents, trades, whatever, combo of all 3. I don't know if the Bengals upgraded significantly. Doesn't mean I don't think the Bengals are going to be good. I do think they're going to be good. Obviously, they went to the Super Bowl last year and they have Burrow and all that. Pittsburgh to me is always, you never write them off because they're so well coached. The culture's so good. They have a good defense. If Pickett ends up being, the guy and can play, then that's a game changer. But I don't love the quarterback situation right now.
Right.
And I can't get behind them, strongly
because hey guys, when we come back from break, man, I want to talk about this. This might be an interesting dynamic here, man. Darnold Mayfield. Because Darnold might just outplay Mayfield. And
there are people that believe this is going to be a battle, and I don't see it.
I don't
Derek,
see it.
all right. Let's do this. We'll do this when we get back. I started seeing that this morning, and I'm thinking, am I missing something here? But all right, let's get into that. So we'll do that when we get back. We'll do rookie impact. We're going to break down how each division is going to finish. Our top 5 our top 5 running backs. Got a lot of football stuff to do today, so we'll hit all of that. A little later, we'll do some Phillies and some Sixers and some birthdays. And Aaron Rodgers got some ink, which we'll show you, fellas.
Not money.
No, not that kind of.
He already got all the money.
I'm gonna. Barrett is the expert with this, so we're gonna turn to his expertise and whether he likes what A-Rod did. So we'll get into that as well. All right, so a lot more to do. Don't go anywhere. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis. We're Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. All right, I want to tell you about my friends at Pro Action Restoration. We got some pretty nasty rain in this area this morning, and sometimes that can cause flooding. And I went through this with my parents a few years ago. They got flooding in their basement. It was a finished basement. They were older folks. They couldn't sit there and shop vac. I was over there trying to do it, and it was a total mess. So we called Pro Action. Pro Action was over there. It was a Saturday. They were over there in quick time, cleaned it up, got the house in good shape, and it was a very reasonable price. And I couldn't have been happier. And I'm thrilled to let you guys know about the quality of work that they do. They're on call 24 hours, 7 days a week to assist. They're licensed, bonded, fully insured. They've been serving the tri-state area for more than 2 decades. Pro Action will work in conjunction with your insurance company. Again, it could be water. It could be, God forbid, fire, smoke damage, mold remediation. You name it, they can handle it. Give them a call, 610-623-3760, 610-623-3760, or online at proactionrestoration.com. That's proactionrestoration.com.
Stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
The big story on Acton.
Search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, go to left. Fake them out. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh. Go for the poles and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
2. What's up, everybody? We are Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. I'm Rob Ellis, along with Barrett Brooks, Derek Gunn. Always fun hanging with you each and every day for 3 hours of power. We're talking some football. We'll keep that rolling, guys. Why not? Let's keep it rolling. A little bit. We'll get to what Barrett just previewed here with the Mayfield and Darnold debate now in Carolina. That news broke yesterday, actually, when we were on with Jeremiah Trotter. And by the way, if you didn't get a chance to see that, you could catch the interview in its entirety. Go to jakibsports.com or just go to JAKIB Sports YouTube network as well. You can check it out there. We podcast all the interviews that we did. Got a lot of reaction from the Trotter interview. All right, Barrett, you mentioned this yesterday when we were doing a little show prep, and I think it's a great topic. When you look at the Eagles rookies, what they ended up doing, Jordan Davis, of course, their first round pick, Cam Jurgens in the second round, Kobe Dean in the third round, Kyron Johnson a little bit later, Grant Calcaterra, the tight end out of Oklahoma, and then SMU a little bit later, Britton Covey, unrestricted, undrafted free agent, Reed Blankenship, Josh Blackwell, Kennedy Brooks, Carson Strong, among others. I'm not giving you every single one of them, but that's just to name a few. And the subject is, and the topic is, which of these rookies will have the greatest impact this season? Barrett, give you the floor first, man.
It's going to be tough, man, really, because when you talk about impact, sometimes impact doesn't necessarily equate into, numerical terms, as far as sacks or, interceptions or hurries and stuff. Sometimes it's just being an anchor, and when you look at Davis, that's primarily going to be his job on first and second down, is anchoring on the run and not allow you to get up on those linebackers. So from a stats board, you won't see a lot of the tackles. You won't see a lot of the impact plays as far as him going up there and mixing it up and getting these tackles and getting these pass rushes. So his effect will be more so what he does to keep everybody else clean, what he does to, eat up double teams. So, the linebackers go up there and make a lot of plays. But then you look at Kobe Dean, a guy that's instinctual. And to start the season out, he may not play as much as the other guys. But when he does start playing, he's going to be an impact type of player. Then you have, you got the outliers, the guys that'll be playing, but you don't necessarily treat them as starters. Like a guy that I didn't think, and I have to go to the stream and tell you, I may have to eat my words though. But Britton Covey may make this squad as a returner because they have absolutely no one right now that I can see as more explosive than him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Devin Allen, maybe he could come in and be a returner, but I mean, that's his sole purpose of making this squad, is Britton Covey. And what if he comes in and averages over 30 yards of return in the kicking game? He flips the field for him on punt returns. If he's that dynamic of a player, he could be that gem that, nobody's even talking about, of probably making this team. So, I mean, to me, that's why I love this topic, because there's so many directions you go. A guy like Kyron Johnson, we're not talking about him now, but what if they go into the situation where they're going to go straight 3-4 or 50 defense,
right?
Where they're going to have guys on the outside rushing, and they go with the smaller guys. He might play a lot. He may play his way into being a starter because he's very talented. At the University of Kansas, he balled. What was it? I watched like probably 10 or 12 games from 2 years.
Right.
And out of 10 or 12 games, over that 2-year period, I saw like 15 sacks where he just deboed people, man. So, I mean, there's a lot of impact players that the Eagles brought in that won't necessarily have the numerical sense that they have a lot of tackles, hurries, or interceptions or return yards, but they'll be an impact player on this team.
So who would you say will make the greatest impact?
I'm going to say that Davis will make the greatest impact.
Yeah, okay.
Not with the numbers.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Forget numbers. Like that's great, but especially at that position, Barrett, you can make an unbelievable impact without racking up crazy stats.
Exactly.
At defensive back. So okay, Jordan. That's new. That's to Eagles fans. That you hear that your first round pick's going to have the biggest impact. That's okay. That's great. That's great to know. How about you, Gunner?
Hold on, one thing. And the reason why I say that, because the Achilles heels for this Eagles team, has been production on first down. You know, offenses have been able to, you know, put, you know, average around about 5 or 6 yards on first down. You cannot play defense when you're back on your heels like that every single second or third down. You know, when it's third and short all the time or second and short all the time, because they've gotten so much chunk yardage on first down. And I think that's what his job is going to be. Stop that and have sound defensive output on first down, so they have to go in second and long, third and long situations. Now you can use your pass rushers and like Hassan Reddick or those guys to make some plays.
Okay. All right. Hey, well said. Well said. How about you, Derek? Of everybody Barrett just kind of laid out there, who would be the guy for you that makes the greatest impact this season for the Eagles from a rookie standpoint?
My choice will begin and end with Nakobe Dean. I think if he is deemed healthy, I think he will start off as a situational player, but because he has those big road graders in front of him, he will be able to hide behind those big guys up front. And if he does similar to what he does at Georgia, he's the ability to be able to slip through cracks and get in the backfield and be disruptive, not just to a quarterback, but to a ball carrier, is quite impressive. If that pec injury is 100% sound, his lateral speed is incredible. Getting sideline to sideline, be able to track down ball carriers from behind, his ability to put pressure on the quarterback and disrupt the running game in general, I think is quite impressive. And he is, you know, he's a smaller guy, but he is strong as a Brahma bull. So you combine his quick burst, his acceleration, his ability to slip tackles, slip blockers. That combination, I think, once Jonathan Gannon gets comfortable with him, they'll be able to move him around no matter what kind of front they're playing. If he's on the field, they'll be able to move him around to try to get him to find a crack in the seam. And I think he's going to be a force initially just in the passing situations, but more importantly, and he could become a 3-down. I think before the season, he could become a 3-down linebacker for this team because of his ability to do so many different things exceptionally well.
I'm with you. I think it is the Kobe Dean ultimately, but I think it's a delayed situation. I don't think week 1 he's your every down linebacker.
No.
But I think by week 4 or 5, you give him a little while to kind of get acclimated to the pro game. He's too good. First of all, he was dominant in college, and there was no weakness. The only thing that people will ever tell you is he's got a pec injury and he's not
smaller.
super big.
Yeah.
I think when you consider how good he is, first of all, he's been dealing with that his whole life. I mean, even in the SEC, he was considered a little bit small. I think he'll be fine as far as that goes. I think considering Barrett's point initially with Jordan Davis and with the rest of the guys they have on that front to keep him clean, he's going to be able to roam the way he roamed for Georgia, and he'll be the same kind of playmaker that we saw in Georgia. And everybody you talk to raves that this guy's 10 steps ahead of everybody on the football field in terms of his football IQ. So there's not going to be the huge learning curve for him when he gets to the NFL level with some of the complexities of it. I think he'll be able to adapt to that quickly. This guy is going to be the real deal. And I think it's, like I said, it's going to take maybe 4 games, somewhere around there. But by then he has the biggest impact. Now, I think his impact coincides with Jordan Davis. I'm going to tie it into both of your points. I think Jordan Davis is going to be on the field more than people think he is. I think he's going to be able to give you a little bit more in the pass game than people think he is. And I think they'll have trust in him after a little while in the pass game. So I think he will, certainly play a role in that. But his percentage of snaps is not going to be through the roof. And like Barrett said, he's not going to sit there. He's not going to be a tackling machine. It's by nature of the position he plays, he's not going to have a ton of stats. But I think he's going to be really good too. I think both of those two guys, the two Georgia dudes, have monster impacts. I would lean towards the Kobe Dean having more. To your point, Barrett, I want to just swing back to something you said about Britton Covey and Devin Allen. Can these guys? Can they make the team if they're not playing other than returning? If they're not on kickoff or punt, can they make the team and be impactful if that's the case? Because I don't see either doing the other part. I don't.
No, I don't think either one makes the team without being that. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I mean, I love the story with Devin Allen, and what I'm saying, his ability to run hurdles. You know what I'm saying? But he's a hurdle runner. I don't think he has a snowball chance in hell of making the team, simply because he is a hurdle runner.
Yeah.
You got to be more refined as a wide receiver, and I don't think he has that right now. I mean, his straight line speed is different from playing football.
Right.
I think Britton Covey is quick and explosive in route running and understanding what it is to be a returner. Devin Allen's just he's been away too long.
6 years.
I mean, that's a long time from playing organized football. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I mean, I know it's just like, I can go out there, even I've been retired for 15 years. I can still go out there and give you a pass set, you know what I'm saying? But the dynamics of being able to, hold my weight a certain way or not get beaten the inside because I'm inside power hand dominant, those things may be a little rusty. And it's a short amount of time to maximize your potential to make a team, in camp. And I think he's still focusing on track and not necessarily focusing on football team right now.
Right.
There's nowhere else for those guys to play. There's not enough room for them to play. So
wide receivers just the room.
Yeah.
I mean, look at who's going to make the.
They might have had a chance last year to but
not this year.
AJ Brown, it's gonna be tough.
Or look at it, guys. I mean, all right, just look at the wide receiver position. If they keep 6 receivers, give me your 6 receivers.
Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, easy. Okay, boom, boom. There's your 1-2. Quez Watkins, Quez Watkins and Zach Pascal. There's 4. Okay, we're 4 right there. That's without even Jalen Reagor, who 2 years ago was the first round pick. 3 years ago, however you want to
yes.
Okay, let's say Reagor's there. We're at 5 already.
And you got draft picks there that were already there, like
Greg Hightower and Lloyd. I think are 5 and 6.
Take it a step further. Devontae Smith isn't going to be playing special teams. AJ Brown's not going to be playing special teams.
Nope.
I don't think Quez. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right?
Nope. Nope. He doesn't play returners. Nope.
Reagor showed you he can't return. I have no faith he's going to be a guy who's making tackles.
I don't even want him back there catching a fair catch.
No, I don't either.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
That's my point.
He can't judge the height of a ball.
I'm no longer bashing him anymore. I'm not bashing Jalen Reagor anymore, man.
I'm not bashing him. I'm telling the truth.
It's the reality. So you think about it. We're already 5 or 6 in, and these guys aren't contributing on special teams either. Like
right. And so then when you add a guy like Devin Allen who hasn't played a lick of football in the past 6 years, and then you add Britton Covey, who I think is could be a phenomenal return guy.
Right.
But we're talking about a guy that's 5'8", 173.
Can Covey be a Braxton Berrios type? From the Jets, who turned himself into a really good. He's a little stockier, I guess, but just wondering if he can become that guy.
Yes, he can become that. You remember? I know you'll remember. You covered him too, D-Gun. Both of you guys covered him. Allen Rossum.
Rossum, absolutely.
Yeah, we talked about him yesterday. Yeah, out of Notre Dame. Yeah.
He was that same guy, same build and everything.
Excellent return, man.
And he could be just that. He could be that. He never played a lick of corner. You know what I'm saying? But
you're right. He was listed as a corner, but never was out there as a corner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he could be that guy. He could be that guy. He could be a returner, and he just got to be great at being. So his total focus right now should be on maximizing his potential as a return guy.
Interesting. All right.
Inside that book, period, just thinking about how I can return the ball, what I could do to stay on the squad as a return guy.
Right.
Devin Allen right now is thinking, how can I hit that hurdle, on that first step? I'm up, he's thinking about that. You know what I'm saying right now?
I'll tell you, maybe I just because it's him, I've been watching some of his when he's, his meets and whatnot. He is ridiculous. I mean, this dude is
ridiculous.
He's top and as far as the hurdles go, he might win a gold if he keeps pursuing it. He's got a shot.
He's the number 1 guy right now in the United States.
Yeah, but I hear you. I just this is football. If it was just a matter of run a fly pattern and we're going to lob a throw to you, maybe. But
Ronaldo, Nehemiah. That's all I'm going to say.
No, Derek, I'm with you. I'm going to be interested to we'll get down there from time to time for camp just to see what it looks like. But I don't expect anything. I'll put it that way.
How are you going to get camp? Well, I'm never going to see camp.
Good point. I don't know. Well, maybe.
I do got at least make at least
I wonder if we could do the show from down there. Maybe
What, 12-3? Ooh, that's a tough one because I know WIP has their setup down there.
They do. They have the.
I don't know if the Eagles,
the RV. They set up an RV out there,
and they got they got the contract with the Eagles. I don't know if they'd allow that to happen.
Well,
they might let us. They might let us set up in the parking lot. They won't let us near the field.
Well, guys, I was told that I could do the show. I mean, I could go to camp, and once I was kicked out of camp, I could leave, come back to my NBC, and do the rest of our show inside NBC studio.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well, at least we'll get a firsthand.
I negotiated that. Yes.
Firsthand account of what goes down there.
Yeah,
okay.
I gotta tell you guys what's going on.
Man, if Barrett goes to camp, he ain't coming back. That man out there eating Ritas all day. One thing the Eagles do, they give you free Ritas all day.
Oh, Ritas Barrett, is the spot, man.
Barrett two-fisted. Yeah, Barrett two-fisted, man. I've seen Barrett suck him down two at a time.
Two-fisted, and it's free chicken and peach too. So.
Oh, that's right. Free chicken and peach.
Yeah.
So Barrett's not coming back to the show.
This was like probably, man, was it 2019? It was probably before the pandemic, right? So I'm in line getting my Ritas, right? And for some reason, Hugh Douglas was there that day. I don't know what they were honoring, some alum or something. I don't know what he was doing. And it was like his third time in line. I go, dude, what are you doing, man? He said, yo, dog, don't tell anybody, man. Obviously, I'm dropping a dime right now on it. But it was like Hugh's third time in line taking care of business. So anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, Rob. There have been days when it's been piping out. I've been in that line 2-3 times myself. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It is good, man.
Bro, you know when it's free, it's me.
Yeah, it don't come back a third time.
Yeah, there's no restrictions. There's no rules out there.
Hey, I've been in the line so many times, and I come back, I don't even know these people. Oh, you want the blue water ice, right? Yep, give me the blue raspberry.
Mr. Gunn.
Yep, that's right.
We know what you want. Yeah, we have. I got you. All right, so we just did the rookies. Up your call, guys. You want to dive into running backs or divisions? Which ones do you want to go to? I got both are loaded in the chamber right now. Whatever you want to do.
I'd rather just talk a little bit about I'd rather talk about Darnold Mayfield.
All right, let's do the Darnold Mayfield thing. Okay, interesting. So yesterday during the show, it comes down that finally Baker Mayfield's being freed from Cleveland. He ends up going to Carolina for a conditional pick. The gist of it is Carolina's paying, I want to say it's like $4.5 million, and the rest is being eaten up by Cleveland,
which is 10.5.
10.5 million. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. On his deal. So Baker's there. They already have Sam Darnold, and they drafted Matt Corral. So that's the setup for Carolina. So Barrett, you bring it up, and I saw a lot of debate today where people are saying, not so fast. This is just Baker Mayfield's. Darnold may in fact win this competition. So where are you with this?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Like, there's a lot of people saying that Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts at this time, and he's a better passer. He wasn't blowing the world up with his passes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many times did he get his receivers killed? By his passes. Everybody's saying that to me, he's a good passer, but I don't think he's a great passer. I don't think there's much difference in throwing styles than Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts. And I'm not just saying it's just because Hurts is my quarterback. I'm saying it's because I don't think that Baker Mayfield is good enough to be the number one pick. So since he was the number one pick, we're judging him accordingly. He should have been right around the same pick as Jalen Hurts in the second round. That's just my way I look at it. Now, is he better than Sam Darnold? To me,
yes.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's better than Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Yeah, Barrett, I think here's the difference. I agree with you that he was overdrafted. I agree with you. I think it was a tough spot last year because he was pretty hurt. So that affected some things. And he had them in the playoffs 2 years ago, which is not an easy feat in Cleveland. We know that with their history. So I actually don't hate him. Some people hate the guy. I don't hate him. But that said, I think Darnold stinks. Like, I think he stinks. And
look,
both guys are turnover machines. If you look at the most interceptions since 2019 or whatever it is, or 2018, they're both in the top 5. But I watched him last year against the Eagles. I watched him with the Jets. I watched him before he got benched. Like, Mayfield's a functioning quarterback. I don't think this guy's even that, Darnold.
when you look at Sam Darnold, I'm looking at his stats right now, 4 years in the NFL. Now you give him a caveat for his rookie year because that's a learning experience. Okay, so he's never played more than 13 games in a season, and this is his 5th year coming up. His completion percentage over 4 years, 57.7, 61.9, 59.6, and 59.9. Okay, he's never thrown more than 19 touchdown passes in a season. And every year he has thrown double-digit interceptions. His highest QB rating ever was his second year, which was 84.3. His QB ratings in his last year with the Jets in 2020 and his 1 year in Carolina went from 72.7 to 71.9. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, his 1 year in Carolina, he had some decent pass catchers in Carolina. He had a decent offensive line. He didn't have Christian McCaffrey, but he still had enough around him to do better than he did. Okay.
Right.
To me, Sam Darnold's getting worse instead of getting better. All right.
He is.
Now, Baker Mayfield is that riverboat gambler. Yeah. You know, he may roll 7-11, then he may roll snake eyes on you. And that's not game to game. That's series to series.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to Baker Mayfield. But I think Baker Mayfield is a better athlete. I think he's a more accurate passer. And when you compare him with Jalen Hurts, the only difference right now between the two, as far as I'm concerned, is Baker Mayfield has more game experience. Baker Mayfield is a little bit older than Jalen Hurts. That's about it right now.
Let me ask both of you guys this. Barrett, if you want to take it from a player perspective, you know, whatever. They saw what Darnold was last year in Carolina, right? They kind of lived through it. Not that he was the only issue. Like you guys meant, losing McCaffrey is gigantic, whatever. If I'm a Carolina player, if I'm a Robbie Anderson, and I know he made some comment before about Baker Mayfield, but if I'm him or a DJ Moore or I'm one of those guys, I'm pretty excited for like it feels like a new lease for me.
Yes.
Because I already know what that is. You know, this to me is an opportunity for us to sort of get out of that mess that we were in last year with a new face here, with someone who's at least done it at a higher level than Darnold has. So I'm feeling pretty good that guy's coming. And which, even if I'm not like against Darnold, I'm sort of favoring Mayfield if I'm those guys. Am I on the right track here?
That's absolutely the case. Two guys are thinking, man, at least we have a shot to get the ball. You know, at least this guy's will come out and give me a competitive edge. You know, working with Sam Darnold, you know, for the past couple of years, I know those guys are like, man, this dude is about as exciting as watching paint dry.
Right.
At least you'll get some excitement in the offense. He has the potential to get the ball to you if things break down. You know, he's at least going to try to take some risk, you know, and get the ball to me, as opposed to, you know, Darnold back there and, oh, the window's not, you know, it's too tight. I'm not even going to chance it. I'm just going to get sacked. From that standpoint and from that vantage point as a player, at least you have a jolt of energy coming into the locker room. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what type of energy he's going to bring. It may be negative energy. He may come in and just totally mess up that whole locker room and, you know, the whole, you know.
But you know what though, Barrett? I don't think so, because he almost has to be on good behavior. Like, you know, there's not a lot of options after this for him if this doesn't go well, as a starter at least.
Well, sometimes it doesn't matter. I mean, look at Carson. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, he's starting out. Everybody starts out. You know, it's all tiptoeing to the tulips, and you know, everybody's got their rose-colored glasses on when it looks to Carson. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, the real Carson comes out. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, you look. Terry McLaurin is like, oh my goodness, you know, I've never seen a guy, you know, come in like this, you know, his bold energy. He has people skills now. You know, he's my best friend right now. In fact, I'm going out. I'm jumping on the flight. I'm going out to go have a catch with him, you know. But eventually, you know, his stripes show up. You know, the dots on the leopard show up.
Look, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Look, and that's fair. I don't know. Does he have that kind of rep though with his own team?
Well, it seems as though he did, because you don't hear anybody coming to his defense. No receivers. No, I mean,
it's interesting.
I mean, can you imagine being you know, you had just said this stuff, you know, and what's his name from Temple, you know, and he just, you know, Robbie Anderson.
Oh, Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. Robbie Anderson turns around and says that. Now he's looking at the guy in the you know, across the locker room from him. Mm-hmm. He's already on bad terms with the organization anyways. Now he's going to be on even worse terms because, he's already made it public that he didn't want him there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but Robbie Anderson's the #1 receiver. They'll mend fences real quick. The bottom
yeah,
line
that stuff has a funny way of
win.
working itself out because Robbie Anderson
line.
wants the ball, wants to put numbers.
That's right.
Up. Yeah.
See, Sam Darnold costs pass catchers money.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sam Darnold's throwing the ball to the opposition as much as he's throwing it to his own people.
He was good to give you two.
If you get really bored, check out the red zone attempts that DJ Morris had over the last year or so, and it's like none. It's very few.
What?
Yeah, he's not happy. It's not a lot. Let me put it to you that way. And I don't think he's real thrilled either. He's a very good receiver too.
Yes,
DJ Moore. All right. So, hey, I did want to pass this along. This is off the football thing for a minute, but James Caan, iconic actor, Godfather, passed away.
What?
Passed away
when?
yesterday.
No.
Yesterday evening, his family put out a tweet.
Oh man.
Yes, keep us in our prayers. We lost Jimmy. They call him Jimmy Caan.
Brian Piccolo.
Brian, exactly right, Derek. I mean, you talk about iconic roles. How about Sonny in The Godfather?
Yep.
Brian Piccolo and Brian's song.
Yep.
Misery, which he was phenomenal.
Oh
in.
my
If you haven't
goodness,
seen
yeah.
Misery, do yourself a favor.
That movie is eerie. Makes my skin crawl, man.
Same. What was the other one? The Thief. He's great in The Thief. If you haven't seen that, like, there's a lot of good James. I'm giving you like a tiny amount. That guy's a legend, man. But he, 82 years old, man.
Man,
Yeah.
that's sad, man.
Yeah,
My
tough one.
goodness. All the
Tough
great
one.
ones are gone.
Well, how about in 3 months, Ray Liotta and James Caan both passed away.
I know, man. I mean, what in the world's going on here? Wow.
Craziness. Yeah. All right. So I want to just pass that along. Maybe we'll hit some of that later too. We'll talk a little James Caan in our final segment. But all right, let's keep rolling with the football. I don't know about you guys. I'm having some fun here. So let's keep going.
Wait, you're having fun hanging out with us today? What?
Don't make me come over there, Gunner. I will stop this car right now. Okay.
Yeah, come on over. You can help the guys outside tear up the patio deck. Come
Trust
on
me,
over.
I'm no help. Okay. I will be.
He
I'm
probably
a
stick
hindrance.
himself with a rusty nail. But
Yeah.
he'll be out there 2 minutes. What's wrong, Rob? I gotta go get a tetanus shot. For what? I grabbed a plank with a rusty nail in it.
When you mention me and labor, the H word isn't help, it's hindrance. Okay. Let's be real clear on that one.
Oh man.
All right. So we come back, guys. We'll dig into the divisions. We're going to lay out for you exactly how these divisions are going to finish. We'll do the entirety of the NFC and the AFC, and then we will get into running backs, our favorite 5 that are currently playing, as far as the guys who tote the rock, as they say. All right. So we come back, more football a little later. We'll do some Phillies, some Sixers, some Jimmy Butler, working his way into the, equation as Jimmy wants to do. Aaron Rodgers getting a little ink, and today is a special day. Day. We always have these days now. Everything's a day, but today is a special day.
Is the D gonna move back to California Day?
You wish.
Dang it.
No, it's not that. But we'll do all that stuff when we get back, including the breaking down the divisions. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis, Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Don't go anywhere.
Stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
The big story on Action News.
Search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake 'em out. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh. Go for the poles and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Rob Ellis, we continue the football as we count down 19 days until training camp kicks off for the Eagles. All right, guys, so let's look at the divisions here. And
hey, Rob, before we get to that,
I
got to bring something up. You know, you were talking about being a hindrance instead of a help when it comes. Kevin Savard, where was it? Come on now, I had just had it. He said Rob will hurt himself with a Fisher Price tool.
Guilty. Yes, I think I probably have actually.
You know what? But sometimes, man, it's bad because the expectation is you're always going to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? When you're good at doing stuff,
yeah, it's
like
true.
Working on stuff, it's always somebody always wants you to do something, and that's the only bad thing.
Yeah, that's the curse, right? If you I'm sure you're asked all the time, or there's something that happens around the house or whatever. Yeah,
I mean, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like, Dad, the toilet's messed up. Like, well, I want to just call Roto-Rooter, but no, I can't call Roto-Rooter because I got to fix it myself.
Right.
Or my car broke down, or my car sounds funny. Now I got to stop what I'm doing to go listen to a car, or doing this or doing that, or the pool's not working, or the top on the thing is this is broke. It's sometimes a pain in the ass.
I could see that.
I'll tell you, my biggest pain was when my daughters, when they were in high school and in college, they would call, Dad, the shower drain is clogged again with hair. So I had to go get this tool and go down and pull all this gunky hair out of this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. And I would do it, and my wife would be like, I'm not doing. I'm saying, hey, wait a minute here. Somebody's got to do it. I'm not calling the plumber.
Yeah.
So I'd get in there like Jacques Cousteau and just pull that stuff out, man.
I do end up doing that kind of stuff. Like if it's non-skilled grunt gross stuff, I'm in there plunging. I'm in there doing that kind of stuff. So yes, I take part in that kind of nonsense. But yeah, I hear you.
Just don't give him a Fisher Price tool.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah,
it's a pain in the butt. Like, hey, go outside and build a cabana house, or go outside and build a.
Well, I'm not doing that.
You could do stuff. Seriously, back. I mean, like you do stuff at a different level. Like you could like make a living, and Derek, I think we could kind of get by a little bit. You're better than I am.
I could, but I don't want to do that. See, I do other stuff outside. I do a lot of. See, Barrett loves that stuff.
Right, I do.
See, I could do it. If somebody said, "Okay, you're gonna cut the wood this angle, do this," I could do. I have the tools. I have table saws. I have all these different drills, all these different, jigsaws and stuff like that. I can do it. I wouldn't let Rob touch him because he'd be minus like 2-3 fingers. He'd be walking around like this.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You eat Cheerios with 2 fingers.
Yeah. I give you the JPP.
I could not sleep. I could not sleep comfortably at nights knowing I contributed to the loss of Rob's digits. Walk around like no, no.
That's true.
But that stuff I don't want to do. I know.
It's time consuming too. It is. I mean, it's.
Bro,
it's a lot.
I could be sitting back like just minding my own daggone business, bro, and just sitting there. I just bought this new fan. I'm like,
yes,
okay. Right.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Don't drop me hints. If you're gonna say something, like ask me, because then
just come right out.
Right, just come right. Just tell me, because then if I go ahead and assume that you want me to do it, and I'll just go ahead and do it, then it's like I never did it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do anything for me. What do you mean I'll never do it? I just put this fan up You decided to do that. No, so now I tell you, if you don't directly ask me to do it, I'm not doing it because I want credit for everything now. Because I had for a long time they didn't get credit for anything because I do it and nobody, oh, Dad is just supposed to do it. Now I want to make sure I get acknowledged. Dad, this car sounds funny. Don't say that. Say, Dad, could you come listen to my car, please? Yeah.
Could you please help me? The car.
Right, exactly. Because then if I just go ahead and do it, oh, Dad, you just wanted to do that. No, I just don't want to go work on your car and take my day up. That's just I don't want to do that.
Oh, see, my favorite is my wife. When she'll come home, she'll be gone all day doing the job, and she'll come home. Oh, by the way, my car's on E. And I look at her. I said, wait a minute. You just passed a Wawa a mile and a half from my house on the way home. You couldn't stop and get gas. And I've told her this for years.
Go get the gas, man. She was busy.
There's no excuse.
I do go get it. See, that's the problem. I go get it. But I always tell her, so look, there's no law in America that says women can't pump gas. Okay.
Well, Jersey, you don't pump your gas.
Well, that's that butt backward state Jersey. I'm talking about normal states. You can stop and pump gas. It's not like you have to, do any physical labor. You know what? Put your debit card in, hit the number. What do you want? 87, 89 octane. Put the holes in the tank. Stand back and watch it flow until it dings. Oh no, not my wife.
Well, that goes back to Barrett's point earlier. His son leaves the truck in the driveway on. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, no. There's no circumstance where this is acceptable. Like, come on.
But the audacity, though, that's it. The audacity to think it was okay to do it, though.
Yeah, that
the
takes
audacity
stones.
He did it.
That's a Stones move right there.
Right.
Hey, Anthony, I apologize, Anthony. I'm sorry I dish your state, Jersey, but I'm gonna tell you something. There's one of maybe 10 states I will never move to. I guarantee you that. They ain't happening. Can't move to Jersey.
Like my daughter, she first started driving around. My youngest daughter first started driving around. She goes to Philly, and she pulls up. And she's sitting in the car.
Oh no.
And she's sitting in the car. She calls me, Dad, these people in Philly are rude. They ain't coming to pump my gas. I said, no, you're in Philly.
She just sat in the car waiting. Oh my God. That is awesome. That's awesome.
She sat there. She said,
what's going on? It's been like a half hour and nobody's coming out. Oh my God.
Hey, getting back to building things. See, I'm not afraid of electricity, but I don't fool with electricity. See,
I
don't mess with it because see, I mean, because I'm not gonna be a Black Christmas tree. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I ain't doing it. I'm not. Bro, I did one time. One time and let somebody distract me. All I was doing was taking one of those fluorescent things off out of a closet in our church building, and I was up there and I let somebody distract me. I said, "Huh?" And I forgot to tell these knuckleheads to turn the power off. Turn the breaker off. I touched that wire. I felt this warm surge go through my body, right? Yeah. And not only did I feel the surge, I could hear something in my ears going,
Yeah, right.
Man, and I was doing this. And I'm holding like a dummy. I'm not letting go because I'm trying to think, what is this? And I feel the surge.
Good Lord.
And I realized it was electricity. I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, man.
So for about a half hour, my fingertips were numb. I'm like, I ain't never doing that again. So,
no. What's that smell? That's D-Gun over easy.
He's smoking himself.
Exactly.
My father-in-law was a contractor. One of my brother-in-laws a contractor. They would say, all you got to do is turn off the circuit breaker. D-Gun ain't turned off nothing.
Bro,
I ain't touching it. I called my guy.
I started out the hard way of doing that because I was like, man, how do I know which breaker it is? Because nothing was ever labeled or anything. So I just thought to myself, I could probably trip the breaker if I touch the two wires together. But how am I going to touch the two wires together?
Oh my God.
So I put on a plastic glove. And I got a plastic a screwdriver, and the screwdriver had plastic on it too. And I touched the two together, and it did trip the circuit. But I thought to myself, I looked at my screwdriver, and that joker was like burnt. It was like it was melted.
Yep.
I put the two together.
No
it was
joke,
literally
dude.
melted.
I'm
like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Nope. What am I doing?
Yo, Chris, you don't have to tell me again. I'm never touching electricity. AG checking in for Tampa. AG. You know what? I don't like you right now, man, because you got warm weather down there at beaches, man. Don't be rubbing the beaches there when I'm sitting here in a room talking to these two for the next 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Exactly.
I need to be on the beach.
This is a response to Barrett's daughter waiting for the gas to somehow.
Right.
Unbelievable, man.
She's sitting there waiting.
That's classic. That is classic, man.
Dude.
Dad, what's going on? How come?
Right.
Meanwhile, people behind them honking horns. You please leave.
Yeah.
No. She left though. She left, and she didn't get gas. She left and went all the way over the bridge, and she made it to a gas station. She's like,
"Oh my god,
Dad, those people in Philly were rude. They didn't even come out and pump." I was like, "Babe, they're in Pennsylvania. They don't pump your gas for you."
Well, that's a weird move too. Like if you go to a Wawa like a super Wawa that has gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know those people, if there aren't any spots, will pull into a gas slot and go in and get through their order for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
You're like,
everybody does it.
And you're behind them like, come on,
you
man.
sitting there. Yeah.
That is not cool.
I've seen a fight.
I believe
two grown men were fighting over this. You know, a guy went in, he's waiting behind him, and it's a long line. And the guy that's behind the car that's in front of him, the guy turns around and leaves and goes inside and comes out. When he comes out, dude went up there and whacked him. Wow.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, look at this. You know, of course, you know, I pulled up out of that wall and left, bro.
Oh yeah,
I left.
you don't need that. You don't. Who knows what starts happening after that?
I don't know what happened after that, but I knew dude hit him and the guy hit the ground. When he got back up, by the time he got back up, I was making my way turning out the parking lot.
Amen.
I didn't want to see what was going to happen next.
I don't blame you. Not in these days, man.
No, I don't play that.
Not a whole lot of fist fights anymore.
Right.
It escalates into something a whole lot different,
Hey.
man. Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, he just went up there and stole him.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let's dive into the divisions here, guys. We're going to rank these in order of how we think they're going to finish, okay? So this is like, all the way through. Start with the AFC. All right, we'll go AFC first, if you guys don't mind. We'll begin with the AFC East, which consists of Jets, Dolphins, Patriots, Bills. That's the AFC East for just a refresher course. All right, so who wants first? I'll go first. I'll do the AFC East first.
Go ahead, man.
I have the Bills. This is going to look very similar to what it looked like last year, but I went through every division. This is about the only one that shapes up the same way. Anyway, I have the Bills and Patriots neck and neck. I think this thing comes down to the wire, slight lean towards the Bills. Dolphins are third. I don't think the Dolphins are a bad team, but I'm not sold all the way on Tua. I like what they did, but I'm not all the way sold on Tua. And then it's an improved Jets. Jets maybe in a different division wouldn't have been last, but not in this one. I go Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets in the East. Anybody want next?
Yeah,
crack?
I gotta go with that because I think the old man is back.
Uh-oh.
Belichick is back. Belichick wins the East. It goes.
Whoa.
Okay.
Patriots, then Bills, then Miami, then the Jets. And originally I say this because they were only one game behind them last year, and the game that that
was that
Bills,
weird win. That was that win game and nonsense.
Like ran the ball. Threw the ball like 8 times in the game, and the Patriots ended up winning the game. But I look at this division, and I know that I don't know how this offense of the Bills is going to be. That's the biggest thing because I don't know what this offense of the Bills is going to be about. They lost Dable. He's not there anymore.
Great point.
So who's going to be calling the offense for this team? And until I see that, the Bills have to go down numbers because I know what you're going to get with the Patriots, even though they don't have one offensive coordinator. I don't know.
Right. They're doing that kind of committee thing, which is becoming
defensive coaches call them offensive plays also, which is crazy to me. But
I apologize, gentlemen. I have to step away for a minute. I mean, these people don't listen. Man.
Yeah, go do your thing. But Barrett, that's an interesting point. Dable meant a lot to that team.
Absolutely.
And losing him, has a major impact. The one thing I wonder about the Patriots, I agree. I think you can't keep Belichick down for too long. And I think Mac Jones is going to be a lot better. Do you think he has enough weapons? I worry about that a little bit. Just firepower if they're down in games or whatever. I do worry about that.
They went and got Devontae Parker from Miami.
Yeah, that's true.
That's number one. They drafted Thornton. They drafted Thornton this year in the second round. Mm-hmm. And I that he ran like a 4.2 or something like that.
Yeah,
from Baylor.
Yeah.
So they got speed. There. And then I like Nelson still being there also. Nelson will be good. I don't see McNeil, N'Keal Harry.
That just doesn't feel like it's going to work out there.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I do think, but I know that they can run the rock. You know, Harris is going to pound guys. You know, so I mean, I from a consistency, they'll be cool because the tight end situation is locked down. They got Hunter Henry, and they got what's his name, Janu Smith.
Yeah, they're strong at tight end. They're
really good at tight end, so that'll take care of the. And plus, I like their offensive line. They have a solid offensive line. Isaiah Wynn is finally starting to be that player that they needed him to be.
Yep.
And Trent Brown is coming from Vegas. So they'll be solid. So that's why. And then defensively, I know they're going to be great defensively. But like I said, they don't have an offensive coordinator right now. It's like a vacant spot. I don't know how.
Yeah, McDaniels was there 2 stints forever. So he's no longer at the Patriots. But you're right about the Bills, man. That's an interesting point. How about you, Gunnar? What do you have?
You still on the AFC East?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got Buffalo, New England, Miami, just the way you guys started. Although Bear did maybe rethink just a little bit when I forgot about Daboll is not there anymore. But I just think Sean McDermott's team overall is just too strong. And I think their defense is as good as Miami's, as New England's defense can be. I think Buffalo's defense is the best defense in that division.
Ooh.
Now, I will say this. I think Miami could move up to number 2 over New England if Teddy Bridgewater takes over for Tua. And I think there's a possibility Teddy Bridgewater will be quarterback in that team before it's all said and done.
That's interesting. That's it. By the way, Buffalo added Khalil Mack too. Keep that in mind. Wow. I didn't expect you to hit me with a Teddy Bridgewater. Okay.
Yes. It went before Teddy Bridgewater. Now people forget Teddy Bridgewater is an efficient quarterback. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes with the football. Teddy Bridgewater is a smart quarterback. He's got a good, accurate arm. He's not as mobile as he used to be because he had that devastating knee injury in Minnesota. But Teddy Bridgewater is still a decent quarterback, and I think he's better than Tua. And I think that offense will click a lot better down in Miami if he takes over that offense.
Oh, Bills. I said Khalil Mack. My apologies. Thank you.
Von Miller.
It's Von Miller. Excuse me. That's my bad.
Speaking of Von Miller, did you see on Twitter not too long ago today that somebody put out the story that 3 years ago, when Josh Allen was drafted by Buffalo, for some reason, Von Miller looked him up and just reached out to Josh Allen and said, one day we're going to play together.
What?
And everybody was like, it was on Twitter. And some, people thought it was a joke. Sure enough, here they are playing together 3 years later.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
It's kind of random too. It's weird.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, but D Gun back in 1997, I didn't say, well, one day D Brooks is going to be with D Gun. I never did that, bro. I'm sorry.
To be honest, once you left Philly, I never thought I'd see you again. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that to be me. I'm just saying
it's true.
It's true. I think about how many players have left Philadelphia in the time that I've covered the team. I've never seen again.
25 years.
Is it that
think about it.
See me?
That's a long time.
What?
You never wanted to interview me anyway, so why?
No, I didn't know you were such a jovial, approachable individual that you are now. I had no inkling whatsoever that one day I would have to fend you off from my family, and I lost the battle. I never thought I would be doing multiple shows with you in my career. We've done Quick Slants together. Now we're doing another show. I've come to the realization that for as long as God allows me to be on this earth and as long as I'm in this industry, I'm not going to get away from Bear Brooks. I've just come to that realization.
Just accept it, Derek. The sooner you accept it, the easier it'll be for you. Right. Okay.
There are some things more powerful in the ozone layer than you can humanly control.
I agree with that.
I've just realized that, Barrett is going to be a part of my existence.
You're actually helping yourself right now. Yes.
Well, Rob, I don't know if that's a help or a hindrance when you
you've accepted. Just accept it. It's part of the gig. All right, so let's jump over now. Let's do the North, which I'm fascinated by the North, guys.
Hold on, before we get that, I just read something crazy. All right, so this is what it says. Well, according to Mike Reese of ESPN, since the role was not yet been filled, it appears that head coach Bill Belichick, offensive assistant Joe Judge, former Patriots defensive coordinator Matt Patricia are currently sharing the duties of this role.
They're not technically offensive. I saw some people saying in the chat. They're not technically offensive coordinators. It is a committee thing. And we're still not exactly sure, I think, who's going to be even officially calling the plays.
Right.
But
I guarantee you, Belichick's calling the plays.
Oh, there's no question. Belichick is. That's
Belichick's calling the plays up there. Yeah.
You know, you're talking about two guys who were like unmitigated disasters on their own. In Judge
as head coaches,
as head coaches.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean
they were good. Right, they're good position coaches.
It doesn't mean they can't come back. Like McDaniels, it didn't work for him in Denver, and he came back and was a great coordinator for him. I'm not saying that, but like it's a weird setup. Let's just put it that way. It's a weird setup, that's for sure. All right, let's jump to the north here. We got the Bengals, who are the defending AFC champions. We have the Steelers, who had a down year, but still were, you know, not under 500, which is the MO with Mike Tomlin. We have the Browns. Man, we've talked about the Browns a lot. There's a lot going on there. Then, of course, we have the Ravens, who were decimated by injuries last year. I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you the Ravens win the division. The Bengals finish second. Steelers are third, and Browns are fourth. So I'm going Baltimore, Cincy, Pittsburgh, Cleveland in the north. Yes.
Oh, man. I'm going to, you know what? I mean, that's tough not to, you know, think that might be reality because, you know, from the quarterback position, if the Ravens can't stay healthy, you know, Jackson has to stay healthy. But I'm going to go Bengals.
Bengals, Ravens. Okay. Repeat. Yep. Right.
Bengals, Ravens, Browns, and then my beloved Steelers.
Ooh, fourth place for the Steelers, even behind the Browns with all the uncertainty.
This may be Tomlin's first year of not being 500.
Damn.
You're right. You're right. Could very well be the case.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I'm going Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, because of that uncertainty with the quarterback situation in Cleveland. Even if it's only a 6-game suspension for Deshaun Watson, it might be too late after 6 games for Cleveland to rally. I don't bet against the Mike. I don't disagree with you, Barrett, that this could be the first time in his tenure in Pittsburgh that Mike Tomlin could suffer a losing record, especially with that odd game. He could be 8-9, 9-8, somewhere like that. But I don't bet against a Mike Tomlin coach team. I think Baltimore, if they stay healthy, when you think about the depth, 3 running backs, 2 cornerbacks that they lost, Lamar Jackson missed significant playing time as well. I think the Ravens have more talent than the Bengals. And I think the Ravens will, if they stay healthy, I think they reclaim their division title.
Wow. I'm with you. I feel the same way. I think it's a big bounce back for Baltimore. I really do. I think Lamar Jackson's got some things to prove.
Yep.
I think Harbaugh is probably angry at the way last year went. They were destroyed by injuries. And I think I think they come back really, really strong. I like Baltimore a lot here in this spot.
Because you mean, look at them, man. If they bring back their starting cornerbacks, all of their starting cornerbacks were gone last year.
Yep.
They bring back a starting quarterback. That takes that defense to another level.
Absolutely.
With the running game that they have, with J.K. Dobbins coming back, who was out the entire – the whole running back room was out because of injuries.
I love their linebackers.
Right. So
and they had a great draft too.
Yes, they did.
They got
Kyle Hamilton,
talent, Tyler Linderbaum.
Yep.
The best center in the draft. Well, I think he was the same as our guy, but and then Lamar coming back and being healthy. You're right, man. But I just don't see the weapons he has to throw to. They let Hollywood Brown go.
Yeah.
Wide out would be a concern.
Yeah. So I mean, Rashad Bateman, he was pretty good. The receiver from Minnesota. Yeah. University of Minnesota. Duvernay, he's okay.
But here's
good tight end. Andrews, really good tight end.
But here's what'll make
probably
Baltimore's
top 5, tight end.
But here's what will make Baltimore's pass catchers more effective. Once Jackson starts moving his feet, the whole defense freezes.
Yes.
And as soon as you take one eye off the guy you're covering, all of a sudden he's by you, whether it's on a short route or a deep route. Jackson can hit you on the intermediate route. I mean, he definitely let it fly for a deep pass. And I think once he starts moving up and out in that pocket, everybody freezing to see where he's going. First and foremost, what's your job? Stop Lamar Jackson.
Contain.
Yep.
That's right. Contain that man.
Yeah, man. But I the reason why, I also say this because when you look at what the Bengals did, they shored up the right side of their offensive line.
Yes, they
when
did.
They got Alex Kappa from Tampa Bay,
They did.
guard. And then they got Lael Collins, right tackle. That kind of shored up one side. So at least they'll be, good. I mean, I do like Williams, Jonah Williams. I think he steps out. I think he's from Alabama.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, big tackle from Alabama. He's from Alabama. So I think they shored up that offensive line, and we already know the weapons they have a receiver. It's just gonna be hard to stop them, man. With with the amount of talent they have on the offensive side of the ball, and they can consistently run the rock whenever they want to. Plus that defense, man. Like people don't know that when Trey Hendrickson, when he left New Orleans and got there, he really turned the table. Now him and Hubbard are two of the finest, pass rushers as far as being technically sound, understanding where they need to rush, how they need to rush, and from speed to bull type of rushes. They can keep you contained, man. So that's why I like that. I like their defense too. Okay. So I just go there. I don't know if anybody can stop them in the division with how they're going to be able to have a balanced offense. So
at the top of that division is going to be a real battle.
Yeah, it is.
All right, before we dive into the other two in the AFC and before we get to the NFC and all that, let's get a quick timeout. That way we can give it all its just due.
Can we have a quick moment of silence?
For
they're tearing out my deck, man. I love
for your
deck.
Are you going to be all right? Do you need a minute?
I sent you guys a picture to show you what they're doing.
Hey, so where's the where all your grills and stuff? Where they put those at?
They're gonna put 10 by 12 pavers at the bottom. So my wife is forcing me to put one or two grills on the. I said, look, I don't want to be walking through snow. If you want me to grill something on one particular deck, she goes, I don't care. I want these grills off the deck.
What's the ETA? How long is it going to be?
7 to 10 days.
Oh, that's nothing. You'll be fine.
Now, yeah, but still, I can't grill for 7 to 10 days. I mean, I got the EBGBs already.
That's true.
She'll make a way though. She'll make a way.
Yeah.
I told her, long as she in there making me carne asada and homemade salsa, I'm happy.
Right.
Adapt and overcome, Gunner. You'll be all right. All right, let's step aside. Let's pour one out for Gunner's deck, and then when we come back,
I'm emotional, man. Y'all don't get it.
I need a minute. You're like you're a dick for a meal now. You're not gonna be able to get through the rest of the show. So we'll do the AFC South, and we'll do the West when we get back, and then dive into the NFC. Man, this has turned into a football strong show. I'm loving it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. We will keep rolling. That's for sure. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis, Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Don't go anywhere.
Stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
The big story on Acton News.
Search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, go to left, fake a mom. Mama go up, mama!
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh. Go for the pulls and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
waving over the deck. It's going bye-bye. He is Barrett Brooks. I am Rob Ellis for Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. All right, so we're in the midst of breaking down divisions. Remember, in about a half hour, we'll get a look at the new tattoo, or the first tattoo, if you will, for Aaron Rodgers. So we'll do that in a little bit, among other things. A very special day today, too, which we'll get into that. But so far, guys, we've gone through the AFC East and North. That brings us to the South. And the South consists of the Colts and the Jags and the Texans and the Titans. The Titans, of course, last year, 12 wins. They were the number one seed in the AFC. The Colts had an opportunity to get in the playoffs, but collapsed against Jacksonville to close out the year. The Jags were a mess from the jump with Urban Meyer. It was a total unmitigated disaster. The Texans, it was a hopeless situation for them with the whole Deshaun Watson thing kind of hanging over their head. They don't have to deal with him anymore, but still a team that's definitely on the rebuild here. Who wants to take first crack at their pecking order here for the AFC South? Gunner?
Wait, he said who wants to take first crack, and then he goes, Gunner, you put me on spot. No, I'm just joking. Anyway.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Say you smoke crack. Now, I'm going to stick with Tennessee. Even though they lost A.J. Brown, I still like a lot of their talent. Their offensive line is nasty.
Yeah, it is.
And it starts with Taylor Lewan.
Yeah.
Woo! I mean, that offensive line is nasty. You still got the freight train back there and Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill, he's okay. I'm not a big Tannehill fan, but, with that defense, you got Bud Dupree in the middle of that defense now, former Steeler linebacker. I just like Tennessee a little bit more than I like Matt Ryan in Indianapolis. Indianapolis obviously has the number one running back from last year. They have a great, fast defense. I'm not going to say great. They have a fast, active defense that's good, really good offensive line. I think it's going to be a neck-and-neck duel, but when I flipped the coin, and I went back and forth with this over a number of times, it just came back to Tennessee. Tennessee, to me, is more playoff-proven over the last few years. I'm going to take Tennessee. And then I'm going to go Colts, close second. I'm going to take Jacksonville third and Houston fourth. Now, Jacksonville, don't laugh. They could be that 8, 9, 9, and 8 team because of Doug Peterson and the way players play for him down there. They spent a lot of money in free agency. They had a good draft. Trevor Lawrence hates to lose. Trevor Lawrence never lost in his career. He lost more games in one NFL season than he lost his entire collegiate career. And I just think Trevor Lawrence, coached by Doug Peterson, who's good with young quarterbacks, I think Jacksonville is going to be one of those teams that's going to surprise a few people. Not a playoff team, but it's going to surprise a few people.
Interesting. That's a big leap, though, Derek. That
I
much.
Know.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Number 3?
Huh?
I put
Jacksonville 3.
Ahead of Texas. Yeah.
Ahead of Texas. Yeah. Houston. Yeah.
How about you, Barrett? What's your pecking order here?
This is tough, man, because it's almost like you had to flip a coin between the top two with Tennessee and the Colts. But I think I'm gonna go with the Colts, just because I like their quarterback better. You know what I mean? The Colts are in a position now because they can run a ball just like the Titans can. They're good. Quarterback is just as good as Derrick Henry. So Jonathan Taylor can tote it. They have a better offensive line. They have. I'm saying this, but Matt Pryor has turned out to be a really good left tackle. And, Quentin Nelson is the best guard in the league.
Beast.
So they have the best offensive line in the division. So, and I think they have one more weapon than the Titans have. With Michael Pittman Jr. He's more solid than anybody else. They can run the ball just like the other team, Sam. But I just like the Colts quarterbacks. Matt Ryan is a better quarterback than Tannehill. Defensively, I love their defense. Kwity Paye's finally starting to come into his own and being that defensive player that left Penn State. They got Yannick Ngakoue. He was with the Raiders. I think he's come here and be a solid player.
Bounced around.
Yeah. Darius Leonard is still a top 5 linebacker in the league. I just like what they do more. They brought in Stephon Gilmore to replace Rocky Scene. So that's what I think that they're going to go. when you look at the Titans, they're in a position right now that they can go either way. And it really depends on how Tannehill goes out and plays with a guy like Willis breathing behind his neck. I don't know if he's going to go out there and solidify himself as the starting quarterback, or he starts playing because he's playing scared because he thinks that Malik Willis is going to take his position. You can already see there's a little tension in that locker room because he's there.
Yeah.
Derek,
he walked it back a little bit still. It's there.
Yeah. Derrick Henry, once you start getting hurt, it's hard for running backs to stop getting out of that pattern.
Yeah.
I really don't have a lot of faith in what's going on in Philly. So I mean, this may be one of many he'll be injured and not get through the season. Defensively, you're right, man. They're good defensively. Bud Dupree. They've got solid guys. Caleb Fairley finally stepping into being that shut down corner when he left Virginia Tech before he got hurt. So they're going to be pretty good. I've always liked Hooker. He's been a
Malik
consistent, a consistent safety in the league. So at this point, I just think that the Colts have a little more at the quarterback position, which is going to, kind of equal things out a little bit and kind of solidify that locker room from being fragmented by Carson.
Okay. All right. I agree with Barrett. I think it's the Colts division. I think the Colts win the division. I think Matt Ryan brings that kind of stability. And you know what? As much heat as he kind of gets for, I don't know, I guess people talk about he's cooked and all this. He still puts up pretty good numbers, man.
Yeah.
He had almost 4,000 yards passing last year. The year before, 45. Year before that, almost 5. Like he can still sling it. And, I'm not telling you he's great or what he was 5-7 years ago. He's still damn good. And I think he's going to thrive with Frank Reich. I really do. And I think this is the year where there's more exposure with Tannehill. And I think it starts to catch up to them when they can't quite lean on the running game as much as they had. They lost A.J. Brown, man. That's a massive loss for that team. That's a big
huge
deal.
loss. Huge loss.
All right. Matt Ryan has the nickname Matty Ice. What's he ever run? What tell me.
I'm not laying all that Super Bowl on him. I'm not all.
Well, no, but he did make some glaring mistakes in the second half of that Super Bowl.
I thought Shanahan was terrible.
I agree.
At the end of that, so
I agree. Play call. I agree. Play calling and everything. I agree. But
let him down.
Matty Ice.
Hold on. John Dickerson.
What?
It's Amari Hooker, not hookers.
Did Barrett say he liked hookers?
Man, hookers are people too.
I knew it would be John to say that, man. I knew it would be John to say that.
You got to make a living. You got to do what you got to do.
Yes, John Barrett did say that. I caught it myself. Yes, John.
Hey, Barrett, it's confession time. No. All right. So,
Mrs. Brooks, line 3.
Yeah.
Right.
I would go Colts, Titans, Jags.
Yep.
Texans. Yep. It would. And Derek, I agree. I think the Jags are approved. Look, Doug's pretty good at sort of like, all right, let's stabilize this. Let's start building it back up. He's got a quarterback that he can work with, which I think is huge. And they were aggressive in the offseason, and they made some moves. So I definitely think they can be like I'm going more like 6-win, 7-win on the right path kind of thing than I am 8 or 9. But
look,
the Texans are not a good team.
After what Jacksonville went through for 1 year, frustration, embarrassment, they now get a coach who is known league-wide as a player's coach, who has won a ring, who took a team from his first year to his second year, won a Super Bowl. Man, them dudes down there run through a brick wall for Doug Peterson, man.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
That's why I said they're going to be more competitive. They're going to be fun to watch. They're going to be in more games. I'm telling you, Jacksonville could be a sleeper in the AFC. Not a playoff team again. Let me emphasize, not a playoff team, but they're gonna be able to go toe to toe with some of the teams that they withered under last year.
I like it. Okay. All right. So that's the South. Let's move to the juggernaut, guys. Let's move to the West. Yeah, this is not easy. Man.
Wow.
So the West is the Kansas City Chiefs, the Denver Broncos, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the LA Chargers. That is a tough foursome right there, man. You have the Chiefs, who have been the team that's been on top in that division for a while. You have the Raiders, who have started to make some noise. You have the Chargers with the arrival of Justin Herbert and some of the additions they made in the offseason. Dangerous. Then, of course, last but not least, the Broncos add a Russell Wilson to the equation, to a really good defensive team already with some weapons there. This is really hard. Barrett, you want to take first shot here? Or I can, whatever you want to do.
You've already heard my say so in this division. You know who's going to win the division? The Las Vegas Raiders are going to win the division.
Heck no.
I'm telling you, Derek Carr will take this team and win this division. He's got Devontae Adams. He got Keelan Cole. He got probably
Hunter Renfrow,
one of the best route running receivers slash altogether just keep the chains moving receivers in Hunter Renfrow.
Yep. Darren Waller,
who is probably a top 5 tight end.
Tight end, yeah.
Then you can run the rock with Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake. They're going to be good, man. Offensively, they're going to be hard to stop. Their offensive line is finally getting to a point now where to solidify them. They're going to protect them. He trusts them. I mean, Derek Carr is going to take this team to the top of the division. On defense, this is where they made the most hay. They went and got Chandler Jones rushing opposite of Max Crosby. That's all I'm going to say right there. They can generate pressure. They go out to Indy and get Rock Ya-Sin, a solid cornerback, so they can cover. They have one of the best safeties in the league, and Jonathan Abram, who come up and give you a lick. I like their linebackers. Perriman's, solid. Brown is solid. This team is a physical team that likes to beat up on you, and they got a quarterback with enough swag to win the division. Then after that, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. No.
Then after that, then you get to Kansas City. Now, I don't know how this offense is going to run now. I mean, it's going to be I think it's got to go back to a dink and dunk type of system because Patrick Mahomes, all he has really from a consistency standpoint is get it to Kelsey. Travis Kelsey is going to be his guy. All right, Mecole Hardman, he's speed. I know you've out there scanning. I know you think he's a bad player, but he will be able to go out there and force people to cover him, man. He's good, man. I used to think that the best receiver in the league was Josh Gordon when he was not on that stuff. If he would have been out of the program and had his head screwed on straight, he would have been a gold jacket wearing wide receiver, man. That's how good Josh Gordon was. Hence why he's still around in the league, because he's at the latter part of his career and he's still just as good as a lot of people. Then they got Juju Smith-Schuster, and then they're gonna run the block with Edwards-Helaire. Offensively, it's gonna be hard to stop because Kelsey's gonna make sure of that. Big Red's gonna make the offense go good, but I don't know where they go after that, man. On the defensive side of the ball, I remember George Karlaftis. I didn't think that everybody was screaming him. I mean, I think he hit his ceiling while he was in college. He's not going to be that great pass rusher that everybody thought he was going to be. I don't see it. Frank Clark, he can still mixed up a little bit, but he's getting a little old and long in the tooth also. And they don't have the same corners that they had before, so their defense just doesn't put fear in me. I mean, yes, I love Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton out of Mizzou. He is a premier linebacker in the league. I love him as a player, but other than that, I don't think they have enough on the defensive side to really keep teams from scoring on them. Hence, that's why it's going to be a scoring battle. They're going to have to put up a lot of points because that defense didn't stop anybody. They don't have the Honey Badger anymore. He's gone. So I just didn't think they added enough to the defensive side of the ball to be that player. They went out and got Trent McDuffie from Washington. I didn't like him. I thought he was going to be an average cornerback. Maybe becomes that guy, but I don't think that he will. Denver's next, and Denver can just, their defense is great. They got a great quarterback. They got great receivers. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna flip them. I'm gonna put Kansas City number 3, and I'm gonna put Denver. I'm gonna put Denver number 2. because they have everything that you want from an offensive standpoint. They can run the rock with the young running back, Devontae Williams, another year in the league. Russell Wilson to be able to get the ball out to Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, the kid they used to have from Penn State.
KJ Hamler.
KJ Hamler, he's there. So they'll be able to move around a little bit, They don't have, to me, a tested tight end that I would say is gonna, overpower people. I forget, I don't even know how to say this kid's name. OKWUEB
USE.
right. Whatever his name is, I don't know. A lot of consonants in that, and vowels in there. So, but defensively, they're the truth. Bradley Chubb can rush the passer. Jones is okay. I like secondary. Patrick Surtain is one of, becoming an elite corner. Kareem Jackson is good. Simmons is a player. He's one of the best players on the team. Kareem Jackson just came from Houston. He's been solid wherever he's been. They got Ronald Darby's one corner. So they'll be good from a defensive side of the ball, which will be able to stop some teams and they'll be able to put up some points with Russell Wilson there. So I think Russell Wilson, from the standpoint, he comes there and kind of solidifies that offense. And they may be second in the division. Then I'll go to Big Red. I just don't think they have enough on the offensive side of the ball. Hardman and Kelsey, they're good. Edwards-Helaire is good. But defensively, I don't think they did enough in the offseason. And then last but not least, I have to go with the Chargers. Can you believe that? The Chargers are going to be the fourth best team in the division.
That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, when was the last time Big Red finished third?
Right.
Probably, I don't know, man. Maybe. Has he ever in Kansas City? That's interesting. All right. So Barrett, he goes Raiders and win the division, then Broncos, then Chiefs, and then Chargers. So that's his order there. How about you, Derek?
I'm going to go with Kansas City. As long as Houdini is back there quarterbacking, throwing all these sidearm throws, coupled with Eric Bieniemy, one of the best offensive minds in the game. I'm not betting against Big Red in Kansas City. Last 4 years, they've won 12, 12, 14, and 12 games, and there's a reason for that. I think their system is as such. Will they be hurt with the loss of Tyreek Hill? Yes. But because of the type of system they run, the creative, unpredictable system they run, I think Kansas City is one of only a few teams in the league that can accidentally score 35 points at will. And because they can do that, they're gonna win games 35-28, 35-32, because they have that man Houdini back there at quarterback. I'm not betting against Kansas City until either Bieniemy or Patrick Mahomes, which is not going to happen, leave that organization. My number 2 is going to be Denver. Denver finished 7-10 last year, but just with the addition of Russell Wilson, old man Houdini, you got young man Houdini and old man Houdini in the same division now. When you look at, just as Barrett talked about, you look at the weapons he has to throw to there. Their defense finished number 8 in the league last year. That defense is pretty doggone good. I think Russell Wilson being there is going to elevate their win total by 3 to 4 games.
Yep. Okay.
Then I'm going to take the Raiders. I think the Raiders and Denver are meeting neck and neck. I like Derek Carr. I don't love Derek Carr. Derek Carr, has to show me something. He puts up a lot of big stacks, but he still makes mistakes in crucial situations with the ball. And you're right, Barrett. I never thought, when I sat back and looked at it, the Chargers would be my 4th team in that division with Justin Herbert and those weapons they have, and the addition they have with Khalil Mack on defense, coupled with Joey Bosa. I never thought I'd be looking at him as number 4.
Crazy, isn't it? Yep.
It's crazy because in many other divisions, Chargers would be my top pick, but not in the AFC West. So that's how I'm stacking them up. KC, Denver, Raiders, Chargers. And I said off the top of the show, I'll say it again, 10 wins may win this division.
Oh, yeah. I do agree. And if they're in any other division, you're getting 12 probably, or 13, but they're going to be playing each other, all the amount of time. Yeah. I go Chiefs. I think they will adapt to Tyreek Hill not being there. I'm not saying it's not a loss, but I think they'll adapt to it. I think Andy, if anybody, and Mahomes, if anybody, can adapt, and they can run the ball. Number 2, I go the Chargers. I'm more of a believer, I think, in the Chargers. I am a believer. I like what they did in the offseason. I'm a believer in Justin Herbert. I'm a little leery on the coach. I told you guys this earlier, but I believe in them a lot more. I think Denver's going to be good. Like, I'm putting Denver 3rd, and I still think they're a 10-win team. like it or possibly could be. So this is not like I think Denver stinks. I had the Raiders last, Barrett, and I think they're good. I don't think they're that good. I don't think they're – I'm with Derek. Like, as far as Carr goes, I don't hate him, and I think he's upper echelon.
Yeah.
But it feels like in certain moments, man, something happens there with that guy. But I will say this. It's the most unpredictable division as far as I'm concerned.
Question. Woo.
Like, you could flip 1 through 4, 4 through 1, 2 and 3 on its head when it comes to this division. That's how good it is and how deep it is. I can't remember a toe for toe, like pound for pound, head to toe division this good in a really long time. I mean, every team in that division could win the other division.
Right. This reminds me back in the day when the NFC East was like that. You know, we made it to the playoffs, but Dallas was, wins the Super Bowl that year. Washington was good, also, and even the Giants, were good. So this is unique, man. I just think you guys are wrong though, because Vegas is gonna win it all, win the division. They're gonna hit each other and keep knocking each other down, man. And it's a shame that all these teams are wasting themselves being in one division.
I don't think Devontae Adams will put up the numbers close to what he put up to in Green Bay. Now, I think Devontae Adams will be a 1,000-yard receiver. I don't think he'll put up the numbers he put up in Green Bay. Touchdown, yards per catch. You heard me. You say it here, right here. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you're not playing with Aaron Rodgers, man. I mean, that's a big factor here.
Guys played together. They played together in college, man.
I don't care. You got to get Hunter Renfrow the ball. You got to get Darren Waller the ball. See, Green Bay didn't have that kind of pass catching depth. It was always pitch and catch with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. And like I said on the shows before, I believe last 2 years Green Bay was the #1 seed in the NFC. They lost both games, I believe, because Aaron Rodgers looked for Devontae Adams too much, did not look the guy standing wide open, and of course, teams started blanketing them, Adams, and took Green Bay out of the game.
Which is why when you have the firepower that you have because we're not looking for Devontae Adams to just be the only guy, and that's what makes
that's my point. That's why I said he won't put up the numbers.
He's not going to have to.
That's what I mean. Exactly.
But don't you guys wonder at some level what McDaniels is going to be like this time as a head coach? I mean, I think going back and not rushing from New England was good and smart and all that, but he was a little overmatched in Denver. I know he was really young then, but I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. He's going against Big Red and some he's a proven guy there in that division.
I don't trust Derek Carr.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this: when you don't have to rely on just one guy to run your offense, that's what makes a great offense.
Right
now, you're looking. You got so many different directions. You got so many guys you could throw to, and we know that Derek Carr is a smart quarterback. He understands how to go out there and play the game now with the experience of looking at it in hindsight. Like, all right, I never had this one big play wide receiver now. Now I got somebody that the defense is going to have to focus on. Now that, you can't double team Waller like you did before. Hunter Renfrow came into his own now. He can now go out there and be that positional wide receiver to keep the change moving. Oh, by the way, I got a running back from Alabama that can tote the rock, catch out the backfield and everything else. And then I have a defense that's going to help us out and give us the ball back whenever we need it, because we know on third down, you're not going to be able to get away from Chandler Jones. You're not going to be able to get away from Crosby. They're going to rush the pass, and they got guys out there that can recover. They can cover like Rocket Scene. So this defense is going to be even better than it has been before. This is why I have so much faith in the Raiders being as good a team in that division. In fact, winning that division, because they are so balanced, as far as who they get the ball to.
Didn't Derek Carr have a decent group of pass catchers last year?
He had okay. What did he have? Who was
he had
Renfrow, Darren Waller. I forgot who the other one was. But he had 14 interceptions. He only threw 23 TD passes. He had 14 interceptions last year.
But who was hurt? Darryl Waller was hurt. Number one.
Waller was hurt a lot.
He had D-Jax, and D-Jax was always hurt. He did have Hunter Renfrow, and that's who he was going to. But then he also had, who was number 7? What was his name?
He had Henry Ruggs in the beginning of the year. We don't need to get into that.
His name was Zach. I know, yeah.
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones, yeah. Zay Jones was his number one receiver.
Yeah.
He's going from number one receiver, Zay Jones being his number one receiver, to now having Devontae Adams as his number one receiver.
That's a big leap.
Show me. You got to show me. But Derek Carr, you got to show me. I like him. I don't love him.
That's what I'm talking about. Mahomes is going to have to show me, since he didn't have that gazelle back there that teams had to account for. Now they could double up on Kelsey.
Yeah, but
he doesn't have Eric anymore.
He has Eric Bieniemy. He has Bieniemy. You see how they draw? You see how they draw plays in the dirt?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the creativity, it's already in defenses' minds. What the heck is Kansas City going to throw at us now? You know, we heard Travis Kelce tell us in the playoffs, "Oh, that's a play we just worked on a few days ago in practice." What? I mean, really?
Yeah.
And scored touchdowns on them.
So you guys got a lot of faith in Juju and
Valdez Scantling. Yeah.
You guys got a lot of promise in those guys. Huh?
No, I have a lot of faith in the combination of Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy.
And Andy Reid. Yeah.
And Andy Reid. See, that's the difference.
All right. Good debate. All right, let's table the running back discussion for tomorrow. Let's move that bad boy over. We'll do that tomorrow. We come back, we're going to hit a bunch of different stuff. We'll quickly run through the Phillies, some Sixer stuff with Jimmy Butler getting, nudging his way in there. Aaron Rodgers, birthdays, and what today is national.
What are we doing? Are we doing the NFC tomorrow?
We're going to do the NFC tomorrow and running backs tomorrow. Yes, sir.
I did all this homework for nothing?
You're good for tomorrow.
Yeah, you're good for tomorrow.
I'm just playing.
You should have known. No, guys, you should have known, because every time we get into a subject like this, you know what I'm saying? We have such varied opinions that you got to get your point across, and you never have enough time when we're talking about topics like this. You never have enough time.
It's what makes it
That's
fun.
why I love debating with you guys, man. Right. Three different minds, three warped minds, coming together as one.
Civilly, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. All right, so we come back. We will do all of those things, and again, we'll move that stuff over.
Going to give me some dry Cheerios right about
well, you need it. I think you need it at this point. That's your 3/4 of the way through the show stack.
I'm just saying, bro.
I know. You're following the right ways, the right path there. All right, we'll do that when we get back. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis, Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network.
News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community, a sports roundup for the locals, and the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go for the pulls and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
program, Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network, along with Barrett Brooks, Derek Gunn. I am Rob Ellis. We're hanging with you each and every day for 3 hours of power, noon to 3 Eastern. All right, so let's touch on a couple things. We mentioned it quickly early in headlines, but the Phillies lose last night. They're back in action at 4 o'clock this afternoon in the series finale against the National Series, tied at 1-1. It was a game that Aaron Nola certainly deserved better. He goes into the 7th inning having allowed just 1 run. There's a little dribbler down the third baseline that beat the shift on an excuse me kind of hit. Then there's a bloop to left that drops in front of Schwarber. Then there's a ball hit to center field. Odubel Herrera literally turns the wrong way, takes a terrible path. It turns into a 2-run double, which made it 3-2, and then that was it. I mean, there was a combination of things that went wrong last night, guys. The defense wasn't good from Herrera in that spot. Earlier from Castellanos. They struck out 16 times in the game, which is, reminiscent of what we saw early in the season from this team. Schwarber was the only guy who showed up offensively. 2 more jacks for him, and he's absolutely just cooking. I can't even believe, what's happening. He's got 27 now. The only guy he trails in Major League Baseball now is Aaron Judge.
Got to be Judge, yep.
Yeah, so he's just absolutely incredible what he's ended up doing. But you need to win these games, man. That Nats team sucks. You got to win that game. It's terrible.
We're so used to the Phillies coming back. I was surprised. I'm just sitting there going, okay, you're playing with one of the most, talent deficient teams in the National League. I'm just waiting for them to come back. So there's no way Washington holds this team to a 3-2 lead. And they did it. But the thing that impressed me about Washington was if you look at all 4 pitchers they sent to the hill, Gray, Edwards, Finnegan, and their closer, Rainey. These dudes were all throwing 97, 98. And I'm thinking, where's this pitch?
Gray's good.
Let me tell you something. And the closer, Rainey, is good.
Yeah, he is. He's got a good – Barry, I know you were there. Yeah, I mean, Gray is – if Gray was on any other team, we'd be noticing him a lot more. And Rainey can close. Rainey's got got an electric arm.
This dude's got 12 saves, and they've only got 30 wins.
Yep.
So put Rainey on a decent team. He's probably a save leader right now in the National League.
Carl Edwards is a guy I would take a run at if I was the Phillies.
Who's that?
I would take a run at Carl Edwards as a middle reliever on the Phillies.
He was throwing 97. I think it was Finnegan threw a 97-mile-an-hour sinker. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, this is nasty. But the bats were just, here's what happens in games like this, guys. Nothing that you get out of center and nothing that you get at the plate from shortstop and the very little you're getting at second. This is where it gets exposed. This is where, those guys get exposed when Schwarber's doing his thing. I'll exclude him. But where Castellanos doesn't hit or Real Muto doesn't hit, those guys, it's just you wonder, can you really go deep and win with nothing from those spots? What I mean?
And that's it right there. You talking about nothing, and you have teams like the Mets, and just really just trying to make things happen and willing things to happen. We can't will things to happen just yet. We're right on the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
All we need was that one more bat. You know what I'm saying? That one more bat would have got us over the top. But they're right on the cusp of being a really good team, and it's my fault, guys.
Barrett's the mush.
Yeah, don't go to another game, dude.
Right,
you're not allowed. You're banned.
Yep. I can't go to any more games now because they should have won that game easily, man.
Yeah,
the Phillies lose this game today. I'm not doing the show tomorrow with Rob. I'm not doing it. It's bad enough. He's defeated enough when they lose, but if they lose out of 3 to Washington,
I'm telling you, man. I know.
I'm not doing the show tomorrow. I can't do it.
It's concerning. That's for sure. Because then it's 4 against St. Louis there.
On the road, yep.
To a Toronto. Here's the other thing about the Toronto series, guys. They still have the restrictions in Canada if you are not vaccinated.
Yeah.
That you cannot travel to Toronto. Yep. And word is that there are several Phillies, potentially key Phillies, who may not be able to play in that series. So Rob Thompson said that he will address it when they get to St. Louis. So he could be addressing it as early as tomorrow of who may not be able to go. So just keep that in mind too. That could factor in that Toronto series. That you may not have, some big guns there.
How about Aaron Nola? Is there a pitcher in baseball that gets as little support consistently as Aaron Nola does? Whenever he pitches, man, it's like something bad is about to happen. The dude pitched a good game yesterday.
Yeah, he did, Derek.
But he gave up 7 hits, 3 earned runs. Okay.
It's bad luck.
I don't get it.
It's bad luck.
The dude should be double digits in wins right now with the way he's pitched this year.
Yeah.
But like I was telling you guys when we were in the show meeting, I look at Aaron Nola's season, and it brought back memories of back in the early 80s when I was working for CBS in Milwaukee. Now, I was covering the Brewers as one of my assignments. And Hall of Famer Don Sutton was pitching for the Brewers back then. And in 1983, no matter what Don Sutton did, in the latter half of the season in particular, he couldn't get it right. He'd pitch some gems and lose games by 1 run, 2 runs. The first half of the season, he was 7-5. The second half of the season, in a span of 11 starts, he was 0-8 with 3 no decisions. Now, he finished that year 8-13 pitching for the Brewers. And I remember after one gut-wrenching loss that he had to take, we were all in the clubhouse and we're interviewing him after the game, and he had tears welled up in his eyes because he was so frustrated by the fact he'd go out there and pitch a great game, but he had no run support, God rest his soul. He passed away. I believe it was in 1998, something like that. But just a great guy. And I look at what Aaron Nola's doing now. I mean, his numbers in terms of wins and losses should be a lot better than they are. It's just
no question. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it just to your point, Derek. 5-6 on the season. That could easily be at least 8 wins, and I'm probably being conservative here, right?
You're talking about, he should at least have
10 wins
easily. Yeah, I mean he's been phenomenal, and what we feel really good about if this team gets to the playoffs is your top 2 with Wheeler and Nola are nasty in a short series.
Yes, indeed.
You just hope some others pick their game up, man. That's for sure. So all right, Phillies lose. I wanted to show you the IG account from so basically PJ Tucker was saying his goodbyes to the well, look, the gist of it is we can't actually, the language is not great. So he's saying doing his goodbye thing. Thanks, Miami. It's been great. All this other stuff. Jimmy Butler jumps in there and throws in a bleep you to PJ Tucker and what was it, Barrett? The same goes for your boy Embiid or something like that.
Yeah, I brought Joel Embiid.
I brought
Joel Embiid to this. Yeah.
So Jimmy not afraid to mix the. I think he's just messing with them. I don't think this is.
He's trolling them.
He's trolling. But it said everybody.
Jimmy's not happy.
Right.
Jimmy's not happy.
Jimmy said he's gonna get you.
He said F you and Joel Embiid. Yeah, I brought him into this.
Yeah. I think that's tongue in cheek.
It is because he and B are boys. Yeah.
Some people blew it up. Yeah, again. Yeah. Social media blowing stuff up for the wrong reasons.
Right.
If you knew the history behind the relationships, you would know it was tongue in cheek as soon as it was put out there.
Yeah. Well, because Joel is a boy. That's a bromance that it's very apparent.
Yes.
Even while playing, you saw the bromance going.
It's like you and Rob Ellis.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. But I'm just saying, like I've had times where I've played against my cousins. Joe Johnson was a defensive end that played for New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
That's like my second cousin, and we're playing against each other, and we ended up playing with each other in Green Bay later on. But we're playing against each other when I was playing for the Eagles, and just that relationship between me and him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hurt him, or even Isaac Keys. He's now I guess actually on that new show that 50 Cent has with Tommy.
Oh, he's an actor now.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy Diamond.
Oh wow.
That's Tommy's show that 50 Cent has.
Okay,
that's my cousin too. I played against him. There was a time I went to act like I was gonna cut him, and I didn't cut him. So he said, "Come on, cuz, you gonna cut me because we're playing in the preseason. You gonna cut me in the preseason, cuz." I said, "No, I ain't gonna do that to you." But I thought about it. Cuz, but family, I can't do it to family. So I mean, it's just have tongue in cheek. I think that's exactly what it was. It was like, all right, that's why he brings Embiid into it, because him and like Batman and Robin. You know what I'm saying? That's peanut butter and jelly. Those two are tight. As
much as Embiid loves to, I'm surprised he hasn't sent anything out yet, because he's usually one who would respond to something.
Oh yes.
Like and Embiid's been laying low lately. We haven't heard much from him. Although we saw him at the party for Michael Rubin up in the Hamptons, but
that might have been why he didn't say anything.
Maybe
probably still hung over. Who
knows? Who knows?
Just saying.
All right, let me, Xander. I need the Aaron Rodgers. I want to get your opinion on this. So I guess he put it out on his IG. And he's, what is Aaron Rodgers, 39, I think, something like
38,
that.
something like that.
38, 39. So he hadn't previously had any tattoos to our knowledge that we know of. But he has gotten one now.
What the heck is it?
It's the sun, the moon, the stars, and
I see the eyeball, the
Illuminati
two lions.
Yeah. Third eye meaning,
goodness.
he's deeper. I mean,
he's omnipresent. He sees all.
Right, man.
You know what? It's the kind of tattoo that I expect Aaron Rodgers to get. Actually,
it's absolutely a Rod S type. I mean, you got the constellations up there, and how everything is the perfect
universe,
circle, and this is. Wow, you know what I mean? That's a lot going on right there. You know what I'm saying? Look at the constellations, Little Dipper, Big Dipper.
How long do you think that with that kind of detail, Barrett? Because Barrett, you got a few tats yourself. How long would something that detailed take?
That's about 3 hours right there, bro.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Let somebody probe you with a needle like that? Nah, bro, I can't do that, man.
I will say it's very detailed. It's
very
detailed. The work is very good.
Whoever did it, he paid some money for that. That's
that wasn't a cheapie, man.
Yeah, that's about a $2,000 job right there.
That wasn't a jailhouse tat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. He say it wasn't a jailhouse tat. Yeah, because look how thin the lines are. Look how distinct the planets are with the constellations. Look how straight the lines are. Through the X and all that. Man, that's great detail. Look at the ocean. Look how everything's darkened up. That's great detail, man. Look at the right. Look over in the corner. You see the waves of water over there by that line.
There's a lot going on here.
Right, what I'm saying?
We all agree that Aaron Rodgers can be a diva when he wants to and a little weird. And you look at the history of the women he's dated in his lifetime. And of course, this tattoo is symbolic with his personality. But make no mistake about it, Aaron Rodgers is a highly intelligent individual.
Oh, absolutely.
So I want to see because he's going to be asked about it. I want to hear him explain why he got this particular tattoo and the significance of it, because I believe it will be really interesting to hear him tell the story behind this tattoo. First of all, I ain't sitting still long enough letting him get a tattoo. I can't do it.
I can't.
I just can't do it, man. First of all, and I'm sitting there looking at somebody scratch me with a needle and then put ink in it and wipe it off and all you bleeding and stuff. I ain't get no tattoo, man.
You need to get Barrett across your chest, man. That's
what?
Barrett, yes.
Oh, I thought you meant Barrett sitting across my chest. You trying to tell me to kill me or something? You trying to say, man? You trying to break my rib cage or something, man?
Or get it like on your, get on your arm. I want a big Barrett on your.
Do you have a tattoo, Rob?
I don't.
Why?
I have sports take on I can't show it to you. It's in a spot.
Why don't you? Okay, why don't you have? Okay, but why don't you have a tattoo, Rob?
I'll tell you two reasons. I'm not anti-tattoo at all. First of all, it's your body.
No, I'm not anti. Yes,
no, I'm not either. And I think there's a lot that look really good.
Right.
So there's two things. One, I know I would have buyer's remorse the next day. I'd wake up the next day like, I don't know if I like this. Is this on my body the rest of my life? So I would do that.
The dude, he's playing Cheerios in breakfast in the morning. Yeah. You think he's gonna get a tattoo?
So maybe I get a Cheerio tattoo. No. So I have AJ. Yeah, I have a tramp stamp according to.
That's what I get a tramp. Yeah. One of the things.
An Irish tramp stamp.
I get a shamrock on my lower back.
Yo, you see what John Dickerson had to say about? Yo, man, you see
what?
D-Gun, get a Packers tat on your bleep right where it belongs. Really?
Okay.
You see that one?
No, I saw it. Well,
John, you really want to go there, man? All I know is Green Bay, the House of Immortals. That's all I got to tell you.
Oh, here we go. Nice. So one, buyer's remorse. Two, there's too many, and I don't mean clearly what Aaron Rodgers just got was extremely well done and detailed. Clearly,
yes,
that was good work. I see a lot that look like a 4-year-old just scribbled on somebody. And yes. That would worry me. Like I'd want something and have something in mind, and the guy would get done, and I'd be like, ooh, what happened here? You know what I mean? What are we doing here?
Like you get in a romper room.
Yeah. Like some kid had his marker out, was like, all over the wall. That's why.
You see the good looking people that have tats, men and women,
right,
up and down their arms, their necks, their backs, their legs.
The face is now becoming a thing too. The face and the forehead.
That's perfect for you, Rob. Yeah. That's perfect for you.
I look like Post Malone.
Get a symbol like Mike Tyson has on his face.
On your face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, your wife will slap that tattoo right off your jug, man.
It should be gone. There wouldn't be a slap. It'd be a bite. Yeah.
My wife won't let me get a tattau. That's plain. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, what if you got her name?
Tattoos. Huh?
What if you got her name?
She don't want me getting tattoos.
Okay.
Nope.
Now, Barrett, do you like what you're an aficionado? Do you like what Aaron got?
Tattoos. I got tattoos.
Well, I know you got the kids'
Gears
names
and stuff right there.
You got your gear shift. Your gears are there, right?
I got my fraternity brand. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what do you do when the tattoos fade?
I got these are my kids' names right here.
Yep.
I got
What if you have one more illegitimate kid? What if you had another kid?
Oh yeah, so that one's cool too. I like you got the eagle with your number,
76 with
and the Steelers. Yeah,
72 with the Steelers.
That's
and
pretty
over
cool.
here I got Super Bowl XL. Oh, I'm trying to get it. Right there.
Yeah, under where your watch is, like your wrist, behind your wrist.
Yeah. What if you had one more kid? Where are you gonna put that one?
Right here.
On your forehead?
Bro, I told you I got neutered, man. I told you that, bro. I got neutered, man.
That's funny, man.
Something's wrong with you, man. You ain't right, bro. You are not right, bro.
I am not sitting still. Let some dude ink me up, man. No, what I'm saying is, what happens when they fade? Because sometimes tattoos fade. What do you
get retouched? You get retouched.
Yeah, but I mean, dude,
serious?
I'm already dark. You can barely see me. I'm a dark dude. I'm a black dude, man. I'm already dark. You ready to see him?
Yeah, blue.
All right, so today, all right. Well, let me hit.
Look at my boy Joey B. I should get a stateside vodka tattoo.
There you go.
Anything for money.
Exactly.
Give
Whatever
me some
it
money.
takes. So today is National Chocolate Day.
National
Chocolate Day.
And that's not me. It's
not Barrett. Not
no.
Barrett.
He didn't say chocolate thunder.
No. And you didn't say sexual chocolate for Coming to America. One of the most underrated bands of the 80s.
Oh, that's right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
my goodness.
Sexual chocolate. All right.
I believe the children.
Yes, right. It was Arsenio, right? Arsenio introduces him, and then it's Eddie Murphy. With
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. So National Chocolate Day. So here's the question, fellas. What is your go-to? What is your favorite? What candy bar, candy, whatever, something that not cake or any of that, but candy, chocolate.
Wow.
My go-to, my favorite are the big Reese's Pieces.
The bigger cups, not the little minis, not the minis. Yeah. Okay.
I might go get some on my way to work today.
We were talking about this pre-show, and I'm craving. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. Like we might have to dip into that today.
But then I go get the big. I mean, they always put it right beside each other. The big Hershey's with almonds in them too. They put that right next to it. And that's my go-to. Those are my two go-tos right there.
All right. So the Reese's and the Hershey almonds. How about you, Gunner?
Oh, the big Reese's definitely. That's definitely the top of my list. Snickers is not too bad. I'm a Snickers guy. I gotta have something with peanuts in, chocolate with some kind of
you like crunchy.
Yes,
not just the chocolate. Yeah.
Now one of my go-tos, believe it or not, is Old Henry. Remember those?
They still make them?
Yes, they still make Old Henrys. Unless people just have them on the shelf for the last 5 years, ain't nobody buying them.
They don't make them anymore, do they?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the candy aisle as well, maybe as much as I should. I don't know.
No, because you're in the dang Cheerio aisle buying plain Cheerios.
Right. They don't usually put those. They put them over on the side of where nobody else is. They figure nobody goes down.
Yeah, they're hoping somebody will buy them. Please take an O. Henry.
Right. I'll tell you what else. Almond Joys. Oh man,
Almond Joys.
They were always the ones at Halloween where I'm like, no thanks. Who wants these, man?
What?
Yeah, I don't like almond joys.
Oh, but what about the Hershey's? The Hershey's bar with almonds in it.
No almonds,
that's
just plain.
That's what I said. I like that. That's
I
my.
can't
That's
talk to Rob about anything, man.
I'm just going to annoy you guys with what I like.
I can't talk to Rob.
I'll give you an underrated. You guys will hate this candy, I'm sure.
What?
I like Tootsie Rolls, man.
I like those. I agree.
Oh, okay. Most people are like, dude, they're door stoppers. Don't they'll rip your teeth out.
Right.
You know which one I think is flat out nasty? Milky Ways. Oh,
I love Milky Ways.
My wife loves Milky Ways, and I have to buy them for 3 or 4 at a time when I go to Wawa or something. I can't stand when you bite into it and just mush.
Oh yeah,
just like no. I need some caramel. I need some nuts in there, some chocolate. Milky Way. I can't even look at a Milky Way. When I give it to my wife, I do this.
Yeah, I love them. I'll tell you what it was. Do you guys remember Charlton Chews?
Oh yeah,
they were good, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if they still make those anyway. Oh man, they were
Milk duds. William put up milk duds.
Yeah, 100%.
I go milk duds. What I like, and it's fake chocolate though, but it's the zero bars.
What?
Zero.
I've never seen those.
Are they? What are they like? Are they health? Like bars?
No, they're
banned in 20 states.
Have a silver package. They're like light blue.
Okay.
And it's white chocolate.
Ooh.
And it's good, man. It's called a zero bar.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, I'll check that out. All right, so birthdays today, guys. Not a great list, not really stellar, but we have Ringo Starr, who's 81. Okay, I know Gunnar, you had the great fact.
I think they're gonna be in AC. He's got his own little brand, right? He's got his own little band. Ringo.
Yeah,
Starr.
he's done. To Ringo's credit, he's done.
He'll be in AC.
Here we go.
Look at Maggie Ellis back. She's back. Look at.
Okay, first of all, yeah,
you are selfish. You won't let your daughter order Chinese food, and you hide your candy bars. You hide your candy bars from your family.
Oh
are you
my
serious?
God. The stuff I like, they don't eat anyway. She's full of it. That's false. It's not true. Don't believe the hype. Okay,
Maggie, I'm gonna Uber you guys with Chinese food. All right, I'm a DoorDash Chinese food to you. Okay.
All of a sudden, there's a knock. Who ordered this? Oh, it's from Mr. Brooks. Yeah,
his whole family's dabbing him out.
Hold on, he's gonna be on radio, and all of a sudden I'm gonna send it.
There we go.
She said, I gotta help you guys out.
There we
Thank
go.
you, Maggie.
That's unbelievable. Oh my God.
Man, you're a food snob. That's what you are.
I am. I could show you where my stash is. I'll bust off the. I'll move the
back
camera.
In the crawl
it's
space.
Not far from here.
Bro,
it's not far.
Rob, I'm telling you, Rob is like, and there's one.
They call me Rain Man. That's
right. It's the same thing. But look, if he did bring his lunch, when he brought his lunch, I mean, the bread would be perfectly lined up on the other bread on the sandwich inside the plastic bag.
Yep.
He'd have a certain amount of chips in there, and there wouldn't be cracked chips. They all would be big chips, you know.
Yeah, I don't like the cracked ones. They're not as good.
Hey, I will say, I do hide my chocolate. I do hide my chocolate from my 3-year-old grandson. Wow. That dude's like a crack addict when it comes to chocolate. Just come in my room. Not there. When you eat it.
And they know it too. They know it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What are you gonna do?
That's my dude, man.
Joey B, I'm getting grilled. It's all right.
Said he hides his candy like an old man.
Not true. Don't
Thank
believe
you, Maggie. Thank you.
Not right. Ringo's 81, and Jim Gaffigan, the comedian's 55. So that's it's a slower birthday day today.
Oh, hold up. Now my wife got to chime in. Hold up here. What is she saying?
Here we go.
Will not eat a candy bar. He literally goes to Wawa and comes out with at least 6 and eats them all. That ain't true.
Nice.
That's not true.
Thank you,
because
Thank
3
you.
or 4 of them will be Milky Ways. I'm telling you now.
Trish.
That's not true.
Eat them all before you get home, man.
No, that ain't true. That is so not true.
Thank you.
She's
Thank
lying.
you, Eagles realist. I feel for me too.
Maggie said, "I'm here for you, Derek and Bear." Thank you, Maggie.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Man.
Anyway, it was funny.
Somebody eat 6 before I get home. That is so not true.
6, man. You better start running, brother.
No, man.
Get you out there, you know, on the treadmill. If that's the case.
I stash a few away for like when I'm watching a game or something.
Right.
I gotta have something to entertain me when I'm watching games.
Oh, that's a great move. It's to have a go-to.
Oh, yeah, man.
You kidding me?
Look, I just tell them, look, these are mine. Don't touch them.
Now, do they respect that? Or?
And it never works. They touch them anyway.
Don't get them anyway.
Hence why they're hidden.
They touch them anyway. They take them anyways, man.
Exactly.
That's man, we thought you was just playing. No, I wasn't playing. Oh, okay. Well, I already did it now.
No, see, no.
Thank you.
Hey, man, look, no, let's stay with Maggie Ellis for a while.
We're out of time, actually. Unfortunately, we're out of time. So that'll do it for today. Don't go anywhere. You got the
show just started.
Yeah, man, we having fun, man. Why you want to kick us off the airways, bro?
You guys tell Sills. You know, we're gonna keep rolling. We
5
got Dan.
snacks after dinner. What? Maybe 3, but not 5.
Oh boy!
Gotta have my popcorn.
You're like at the movies. You got a big tub of popcorn, and you're.
I have to, man. Look, what?
There it is. That's it. There's
what is that?
That's his hiding gun. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wait a minute. That's not true. That some of those are.
That's why I love my sis, man. I love my sis, bro.
Trish, good work.
I love my sis, man.
Oh my God,
Yes,
we can't
I love
escape.
my sis,
Yeah, there's
man.
no escape.
Can't even count on family. Who can you
Telling
count
you.
on?
Exactly, man. With friends like this. All right,
Just
so
taking pictures of my car. What's wrong with her?
it's not right. That'll do it, guys. That'll do it. We keep it rolling. Tomorrow's Friday. We're gonna be crazier tomorrow. That's for sure.
Man, better hope the Phillies don't lose.
Let's hope. You guys better hope they win. So tomorrow we got all the other NFL stuff to get to, which we will. That's for sure. We will dig into all that stuff. And then we'll do the NFC. What am I even talking about? So the National Football Show is next with Dan Cilio. Everybody, thanks to Xander. Thanks to all of you. Have a great day, everybody. We got to go. Sports Day.
Candy bar time.